You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network. Spartan Athletics on the Internet.
The men in green make a surprise return to Faust Field thanks to the DCA upset over USJ last Friday night. Now the Spartans are one game away from playing for their 6th state title and their 4th in 7 years, taking on the much-improved Wildcats from Donelson Christian Academy, a team they beat in the regular season 42-6 on the same field as we are standing today, that is Faust Field. Here come the Spartans. It's the TSSAA Division II-A State Semifinals. Get ready for the Shrimpdock Sideline Show and Webb High School football.
The following broadcast is a production of Webb on the Web, the WOW Network, Spartan Athletics on the Internet.
Hands it off to Kelly, and he definitely has the first down. Breaking free, and a Dutchtown touchdown as Todd Kelly runs
in formation again. Fake the handoff. They are going to throw the ball, and they're looking for a receiver, and it is intercepted by number 10, Zach Dixon.
Big play on it to start this second half.
Brick 15-10, Brick to the 5, and Brick gallops to the 4, W-E-B-B, and that spells a TD for the men in green as Brick breaks loose for a 25-yard TD run.
That is one of the best runs by a fullback at Webb I have ever seen. He was hit by at least 6 people from
shotgun, fires, and it's picked off by Robbie Strawn. Strawn gonna try to get some running room up to the sideline, finding some running room, and finally tripped up.
Unbelievable right there. You always hear about those holes you can drive a truck through. I couldn't run through that one. Tremendous blocking up front.
Sweep right side, Derek Boyce, 30, 35, 40. Derek Boyce, 50, 45, 40. And Spartan fans, Derek Boyce is heading down Pellissippi.
It's a reverse. Johnny Chun throws it. It's a moneymaker to Liam Willoughby, the tight end.
Absolutely. Thank you, Caleb, and congratulations.
Pitch to Coulter. Stuffed in the backfield by number 9, DeAndre Moore.
With members of the Spartan announcing team to bring you the play-by-play and analysis of today's game.
Pass complete to Golden Tate at the 40, and he is going to be immediately met, and he's caught in a web of Spartans. A.J. Kirby Jones.
So it's 3rd and 15 for the Irish. And a quick dump off screen. Intercepted by Todd Kelly.
And now we take you to the press box for the Shrimpdock Sideline Show.
Grayson turns, spins, hands it off. Now
he's
got Neil Butler. Butler with the grab. There's 6 for the Spartans. The handoff goes to Blanche. The handoff goes to Kelly, and TK Kelly finds Neil Butler. But until then, dream a Spartan victory.
Welcome, viewers, to Spartan Athletics on the Internet and to the Shrimpdock Sideline Show. This is Webb on the Web, the WOW Network. And this broadcast is sponsored by Beam DVD Video with Barry Bird, Duo Fast of Knoxville for all your nailing, stapling, and fastening needs, and the Shrimpdock of Bearden and Farragut with its wide variety of fresh seafood made daily, all the yummy for the tummy. Again, we want to welcome you into the Shrimpdock Sideline Show. I'm your host, Andrew Robinson. I'm going to be joined here in a few minutes by my partners, Charlie Graham and Maya Patel, as we will get ready for the game tonight between the Spartans and the Wildcats. Big game tonight. Webb was expected to play in Memphis. That did not happen. We're back at Faust Field and glad to be back for tonight's semifinal game. Spartan fans, you can now view the WOW broadcast on your mobile devices. Just go to the WOW website at www.wow-network.org and click on the mobile broadcast link, and it will take you to tonight's action via YouTube. Also, we want to remind you that you can go back and watch the video replay of the entire game after its conclusion at www.wow-network.org. and click on the on-demand link, and that will bring you highlights of tonight's game and every game this season. Finally, be on alert for the return of the Shrimpdock Stumper. At the end of the third quarter tonight, we will reveal that question. You want the prize. It is a nice prize. We are looking forward to that tonight, the Shrimpdock Stumper at the end of the third quarter. We will remind you that you are watching Webb on the Web, the WOW Network, Spartan Athletics on the Internet. We're going to take a quick commercial break here and be right back for a full pregame analysis. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
If you want to pass and run like the Spartans, then pass up the fast food and run into the Shrimpdock, serving lunch daily from 11 to 3. With stores in Bearden and Farragut, you get your choice of the fish, oyster, or the famous shrimp po' boys. Also, grab some scallops, crab legs, lobster, oysters, shrimp, and the only fresh fish in K-Town to take home for dinner. So stay warm in the winter with Captain Paul's chowders and bisques, stay healthy and lower cholesterol with fresh fish, and enjoy at the Shrimpdock.
I'm here at the Tool Department at W.O.W Fast in Knoxville. Tool service is one of the many reasons people come to W.O.W Fast. Don't let the name fool you. We service all forms of pneumatic tools. W.O.W Fast in Knoxville. Nailers, staplers, fasteners. W.O.W Fast in Knoxville, a proud supporter of the WOW Network.
Welcome back, fans, to the WOW Network into the Shrimpdock Sideline Show, as we're about 20 minutes away from kickoff here at Faust Field. I am now joined by my partners, Charlie Graham and Maya Patel. Maya, good to have you for the first time all season on the pregame show. We do things a little bit different down here on the field, but we are glad to have you down here with us. You know, guys, let's open up, and before we get into tonight's game, let's talk about last week in the Division II-A quarterfinals. Harding Academy came in with some star-studded players and some flashy offense, and it looked good for the first half, Charlie. And then the Spartans took control, and they ended up winning the game 49-21.
It was a really well-executed game by Webb. You know, Coach Dave Meskey's known for making great adjustments and giving a great halftime speech. He always can, and he can always rally his team. Whether they're up, down, he can keep them playing for a whole 60 minutes.
You don't mind. Todd Kelly with a handful of touchdowns, too many to count almost, on the turf last week. Going to look for much of the same this week. A little banged up after last week's game. Hard-fought physical battle with the Harding Academy Lions. But, you know, Aaron Blance also had a great game with some touchdowns and a good game all around for him, a lot of yards. He was nominated for Prep Extra Player of the Week. Pretty good stuff for him.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like you said, Todd Kelly, 6 touchdowns. But then there's all these other guys that helped him do that. Aaron Lance in particular helped move the ball. He had a couple of long runs over 40 yards, which really helped the Spartans get into the red zone. And then they just executed, like you said, nominated for Prep Extra Player of the Week. And we've seen it all year from him, and we hope to see it tonight. You know, cold weather can sometimes it can be a little difficult out here when it's cold. You get a little sluggish, but Aaron, he's turned it up when he's needed to.
Charlie, going back to last week, Harding came in, like I mentioned, with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of poise, and looking for an upset here at Faust Field. And it looked like they had it for a half, but it was just not even close after halftime. Like you said, Dave Meskey had some great adjustments. And while the offense played good, like Mine said, with guys like Aaron and TK and Jack Grayson, what about that Spartans defense?
Well, they shut them down in the second half. I mean, it was just they locked them up. Harding couldn't do anything. And when that happens, you're probably going to win. When you got a defense that can shut them out for an entire half pretty much, you're going to have a good time. So it's what you look for.
You know, Harding runs that spread offense, and Webb hadn't seen it that much. You don't really see a spread offense in high school football. Harding ran it very well. Halftime adjustments were made, and the guys came out ready to fight, and that's what they did. They took it to Harding for all 4 quarters and ended up winning the game 49-21. But you know, Webb wasn't the only team that got the win last week. What about this DCA Wildcats team? We were fully expected to hit the road last night and get down to Memphis or to Jackson for today's game. Instead, we're back at Faust Field after an upset of DCA beating University School of Jackson. No one saw it coming.
Yeah, nobody saw it. I mean, like you said, we were expected to be in Jackson today, but DCA, they really put it together USJ, their quarterback went down early in the game, and that just fired DCA up. They had a great opportunity. They had a door to open, and they marched right through. They had a field goal near the end of the game to go ahead and ended up winning the game 21-20. That's just remarkable that they've come this far. And even though Webb beat them last time, they can't be underestimated this time.
Absolutely. Charlie, that DCA team, one player doesn't make a football team, so even though USJ quarterback went down, DCA somehow found the strength inside, motivation, and got it done in the end. 21-20, huge victory for this team, and they're going to come in tonight with a lot of enthusiasm.
A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of swagger. They're motivated. They want this probably more than any team we've seen all year. And, you can't come out if you're Webb and be cocky predicting to win. I mean, we see it happen all the time in any sport. If a team thinks they're going to come out and win, they can come out and get upset. Alabama versus Texas A&M last week, prime example. And, if it's going to be a good game, I think. And if Webb can keep the fight going for the whole game, I think they got a good chance.
The playoffs are crazy this time of year. We head to the semifinal game tonight before we look forward to tonight's game. Let's look back at last week's game between the Spartans and the Lions. Here are your WOW highlights.
Glad it's the air tag back at Faust Field, but it's 1st and 10. It's going to be a quick pitch to Todd Kelly over towards the sideline, and it's a good block. Blocking up ahead, Kelly going to find some room, makes a move, and you wouldn't believe it, it's more the same for the Spartans. Number 6, Todd Kelly sprints to the end zone, gets a big tackle flag from Skip Garner, but there's a flag down on the field at about the 20-yard line. Regardless, Charlie, that was a great run by Todd Kelly, and an even better block by Skip Garner.
Yeah, Skip Garner had a great block. So did Brock Beeler. They both ended up on their backs, but, all that matters is he's got the defender on his back. We'll see what this penalty is. Still a great job by TK Kelly.
It's a personal foul against the Spartans, so that's going to back him up.
That's a touchdown still stands.
And then unsportsmanlike conduct for both teams, so it looks like the penalties are going to offset. Excuse me, he changed his call to against Harding, so the touchdown will count, and Webb, just like that, snaps in front 6-0. Gain the 2 yards needed. It's 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Grayson. Littleby going to switch sides. Blanche and Kelly both move forward. Now Kelly comes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Kelly, and would you believe it again? Will lightning strike twice? Yes, it will. Todd Kelly to the end zone. W-E-B-B. Touchdown for the men in green. Frank. Not Charlie, Frank. Unbelievable stuff from Todd Kelly. Seen it all season. And then when it looked like the momentum was shifting back toward Harding in this early part of the first quarter, boom, touchdown Kelly.
Yeah, just like the first one he ran for a touchdown. Not very much room, he cuts it back, and it seems like he's opened up a whole new play for himself. And he just is able to get by all the defensive backs, make a couple moves, and get right into the end zone like that.
Webb hands it off to Kelly. Kelly using his legs to get to the outside. No one's going to touch him. His 3rd time tonight into the end zone. And the Spartans now lead at 20-7. Back under center. And it's going to be a handoff to Aaron Blanche. Blanche trying to find some room. Uses a stiff arm. Breaks a couple tackles. Gets a block from Todd Kelly. He might be going to the 50, 45, 40. And taken down at the 30-yard line is Aaron Blanche. Used a stiff arm and then dragged the man about 10 yards. Finally let him go, and then Todd Kelly delivers a good block. See what Webb goes with here. Again, strong the low back to the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Kelly. Kelly uses his quickness and then delivers a shoulder to number 8. That's Christian Enox, the senior, and bounces into the end zone for a touchdown. His 4th of the night and Webb's 4th of the night. Ben, that's pretty impressive when you're when your team has 28 points and you have 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely. Webb has been running the ball a lot, and obviously it's paid off. But I think that the Harding defense is kind of catching on to their running game, so I think it would be pretty good to get a few passes, keep the defense honest. But still, that was a wonderful run for a touchdown.
Last time a team from Memphis was here in the playoffs was USJ last season, the ones who knocked off the Spartans. Hopefully not the same tonight. It's going to be a handoff to Strawn. Strawn finds some running room up the middle, still on his feet, and taken down eventually at about the 22-yard line. So a 5:20 and counting. We have a 1st and 10. It's going to be Blance. Blance has some running room, trips up on himself, but cruises into the end zone. Touchdown. Spartans. Aaron Blance punches it in for the men in green, and Luke Webb back to a possible 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, 14-point lead, Andrew. That's definitely going to be harder to come back than a 7. Still easily doable, though. Plenty of time, over 15 minutes left in this game. And Andrew, this is going to be a dogfight. I know that Harding Academy is going to come out right here on this next offensive possession needing to score. But I mean, I guess they're just trying to let the players play out there and not give away a penalty on something like that.
It's going to be a handoff to Blance. Blance gets it, and he's still on his feet all the way to the 10-yard line. Aaron Blance able to keep on his feet after a couple of initial hits, and we will be ready for that question at the end of this quarter. It's going to be a reverse back to the quarterback, and making an interception is Red Alexander. All the way across the field, Chad Parker tried to throw it back all the way across, and then Red Alexander, number 11, able to make the interception. Will, that is huge.
That was great. That was a great interception by Ren Alexander. He read the quarterback and was there to make the play.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a handoff to Kelly. A mixture of speed and power, and he shows it there, getting into the end zone for a Webb touchdown. And you start to see this game begin to slip out of the hands of this Harding Lions team.
So one of the few punts tonight for the Spartans. High up in the air goes the punt and signal for a fair catch. As he fumbles it, he muffs the punt. And on the recovery is Zach Mathian. The ball is down at the Lions 11, and wow. That has to be frustrating if you're a Lion. So now 3rd and 1. Grayson going to hand the ball off up the middle, and he's got the first down and the touchdown. Wow. Todd Kelly. Wow, is that 5 on the night? Or 6? I have no idea.
I don't know, but if he was on my fantasy team, I'd be a happy player right now.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, Spartan fans, to the W.O.W Network and to the Shrimpdock Sideline Show. We are just about 11 minutes away from kickoff, and with that, we're counting down to kickoff as the Spartans and the TSSAA Wildcats from Nashville play for the 2nd time this season. This time, there's more at stake as the winner advances to the Division II-A State Championship game in Cookeville in less than 2 weeks. Welcome to the Shrimpdock Sideline Show as we are getting ready for kickoff. Guys, with that, let's just start talking about tonight's game. Huge stuff on the line for the men in green. A trip back to Cookeville, Charlie. Nothing's better than going down to Tennessee Tech and trying to pull out a victory.
Nothing would be better for this team, especially after what happened last year. I mean, I'm sure they wanted to play USJ. I mean, it would have been a tough game, that's for sure. But they wanted nothing more than redemption for what happened last year. But either way, they're excited to be here. They want this chance to play in the state championship game and leave their legacy.
You know, last time we were in Cookeville Mine, Webb won the game against, who did we beat last time? St. George's, yeah, St. George's, who will be playing tonight against ECS for a chance to go back, so it might be a rematch of a 2 years ago. That'd be big for this team as well.
That definitely would be big for this team. I mean, just getting to that game would be big for this team, nonetheless, especially getting the chance to play a team that you played 2 years ago and beat, and so, that'd be great for the Spartans. They're looking for their explosive offense this game, and they're hoping just to power through to next week, or 2 weeks, and get to Cookeville.
Last year, guys, Webb finished 9-3 and 6-0 in divisional play, but came up just short, making it to the state semifinals where they lost to USJ here at Faust Field. This year, much different story. 9-1, 6-0 again, and in divisional play, but a more almost seems like more competitive drive every time they step on the field. and a different attitude definitely surrounds the program as Coach Meskey has a state championship team on his hands. We'll see if they can get there. They got to win tonight first over this DCA team who is vastly improved from the last time we saw them, obviously, as the Wildcats in recent action stunned University School of Jackson in Jackson 21-20 on a late field goal. And in recent action for the Men in Green, Webb won over Harding last week in the quarterfinals, 49-21. This is going to be a good game, Charlie. Any team that can beat USJ at USJ with that fan base, that enthusiasm around the program, that's a good team. You know, you wouldn't have expected DCA to be here tonight. They are, which means that they have vastly improved.
Absolutely, and I mean, like you said, if you can beat USJ at USJ, they have a rabid fan base. When they played here, they brought busloads of fans to come out and watch them eventually win. And you know, nothing would be better for this Webb team than to get to state and to just get it done.
You know, this DCA team, very, very much improved, but it all comes back to the quarterback, Will Reddick.
Yeah, you know, Will Reddick, big player last game that when we were here. And like Charlie and I were talking about earlier, they kind of run sort of a wildcat offense similar to Kansas State in college football. And, you know, we've got to look for Will Reddick because he can run and pass. So that's a double threat that the Spartans have to look out for.
And we're going to go to Mary-Kate Haggerty, who is on the field right now, and she is going to give us the atmosphere update. Mary-Kate?
Haggerty, and I'm here on the field as the Spartan Spirit Tunnel starts to form here and the players start to come through. Obviously, a huge game here tonight between the Spartans and the DCA Wildcats. Very hard to beat a team twice, so obviously the Spartans are trying to come out here and do their best on this chilly evening. It's a little bit nippy out here, but I think the energy is enough to keep them warm all night long. I know the Spartans are excited. Jack Grayson has promised waffles should there be a win tonight. I know that's a great driving force for these kids tonight. And the energy from the students is spectacular as well. The Spartans fans support is absolutely fantastic. And I think it's shaping up to be one fantastic game on this road to state for both teams. Coming towards the last of the seniors coming through the tunnel here. As we get ready, we're only 6 minutes from kickoff, and it's going to be one fantastic game tonight. So stay tuned.
Welcome back, Spartan fans, as we are really close to kickoff. The Spartans have run through the tunnel on the field, and we're about 6 minutes away from kickoff here at Faust Field. And, you know, so much enthusiasm, but also so much at stake for both teams here tonight. You know, Charlie, it doesn't get much better than this in the semifinals.
No, it's a chilly night outside, but it's a beautiful sky. Not a cloud here, no chance of rain, I don't think. It's a great night for football. All you got to have is some guys wearing gloves in their hands. You don't have to worry about any hand injuries, hopefully. But it's just a great night, and it's going to be a good game.
Hopefully it will be. 42-6 was the score last time these two teams met this season at Faust Field. But since then, it's been a good season for this DCA team. They're 7-2 overall, and they pulled together a 4-2 record in Division II-A. Very impressive. And last week, of course, they beat USJ. We cannot stop saying it because we're just as shocked as everyone else in the football world. You know, some common opponents these teams have faced. Ezel, Harding, Webb, and DCA both won. The margins victory different. Webb won 42-7, DCA 17-14. Against FRA, Webb won 42-7. DCA lost 24-10. Zion Christian Webb won 53-0. DCA 42-7. And against Davidson, Webb and DCA both won. Webb 54-6 and DCA 29-14. So those are your common opponents. The only one that sticks out that's different is FRA. Webb won, DCA lost, but that is one of the two divisional losses. FRA and Webb, obviously, for DCA. Tough to beat a team twice, mine. We'll see what the Spartans can do here tonight.
Yeah, definitely tough to beat a team twice, and it's a completely different atmosphere here. DCA coming off a huge win, and so they're rolling in with the momentum. Webb rolled over Harding Academy here at home, but DCA with that win on the road, they're coming in here, they're pumped, they're ready, hard to beat a team twice, and it's cold out here. Sometimes those hands can get numb, like Charlie said. Don't want any hand injuries, but hopefully these guys just fire through and make for a great game.
Webb is on the field. DCA, we await. Captains have come out. We're going to go to commercial break for the national anthem. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
I'm here at the Tool Department at Duo Fast in Knoxville. Tool service is one of the many reasons people come to Duo Fast. Don't let the name fool you. We service all forms of pneumatic tools. Duo Fast in Knoxville. Nailers, staplers, fasteners. Duo Fast in Knoxville, a proud supporter of the WOW Network.
If you want to pass and run like the Spartans, then pass up the fast food and run into the Shrimpdock, serving lunch daily from 11 to 3. With stores in Bearden and Farragut, you get your choice of the fish, oyster, or the famous shrimp po' boys. Also, grab some scallops, crab legs, lobster, oysters, shrimp, and the only fresh fish in K-Town to take home for dinner. So stay warm in the winter with Captain Paul's chowders and bisques, stay healthy and lower cholesterol with fresh fish, and enjoy at the Shrimpdock.
Welcome back to Faust Field, Spartan fans. We are under 2 minutes away from kickoff here at Faust Field. And with that, let's go right into the starting lineup presented to you by the Shrimpdock of Knoxville. At quarterback for the men in green is number 1, Jack Grayson. Wingback, number 1, Todd Kelly. His other wingback, wingback, Todd Kelly and Aaron Balance. Fullback, Robbie Strong. Wide receiver, Brock Beaver. The center, Gage Thompson. The 2 guards, Carter Thomas and Andrew Campbell, 2 juniors, and then 2 seniors at the tackle positions in Kyle Dixon and Skip Garner. And the tight end, Liam Willoughby, on the defensive side of the ball. These will be presented to you by our great friends at Duo Fast of Knoxville for all your nailing, stapling, and fastening needs. The 2 defensive ends tonight will be Liam Willoughby and Andrew Campbell. Defensive tackles, Gage Thompson and Skip Garner. Linebackers, Tiandre Moore, Bennett Harrison, Robbie Strawn, and we suspect Brant Mitchell, if he is eligible to play. We will see how Coach Meskey decides to work him in, whether he will start or not. It is not listed for us. And then the 4 defensive backs for the men in green, Aaron Blantz, Todd Kelly, Matthew Melton, and Johnny Chun. Under a minute to go here, and we are ready for some football. Charlie, it's going to be a great game offensively and defensively. Webb needs to come out and set the tone early.
Yeah, they do, and it all starts with the kickoff. I wouldn't be surprised to see Webb try and get some good field position. They're not going to just take it down and just take it where it is. They're gonna try and take it back as always, but don't be surprised if you see a short kick from DCA trying to tackle it before they can do any significant damage.
And last week significant damage was done to the Spartans in terms of quarterback position. Johnny Chun out for tonight's game. We hope the best for him as he battles his injury. We do hope. Charlie, one of our good friends, we hope that he recovers fully, if not for this football season, for lacrosse season. And the next football season, he might be your starting quarterback. It is time for Friday night football at Faust Field. The ball is on the tee, and DCA is ready to kick it off, and it's going to be a little squib kick, and it's going to be over the head and out of bounds. Brock Beaver couldn't handle it, and Webb will take possession on their opening drive at the 30-yard line.
I don't care how much baseball experience you have with a bad hop like that, you're not going to be able to get to it. And Brock Beaver, we know, one of the prime shortstops. for a Spartan baseball team. And like I said, no matter how much experience you have with bad bounces like that, they're always tough.
So DCA now ready to rock and roll on the defensive side. Webb gets the ball first so they can set the tone. And quarterback Jack Grayson promised everyone, if you come to the game and if we win, I will buy everyone Waffle House. So big shoes to fill tonight. We'll see if that promise comes true as he will come to the line and get his men set on the first play of the ball game for the men in green. It's going to be a snap and a handoff to Todd Kelly. Kelly finds some space. He's going to break it to the outside. Down the sideline, stiff arm and shoved out of bounds by number 15. That's James Douglas. TK almost went the distance on the opening play, but James Douglas made a good push out of bounds.
He sure did. And you're in your Webb. That's the intensity you wanted to come out with. And Todd Kelly really fulfilled that expectation.
So now Webb with it, 1st and 10 from about the 43-yard line. Comes to the line, gets the snap. That's going to be a handoff to Blance. Blance gets kind of caught in the backfield, uses speed to get to the outside, and then taken down on the outside again by number 15. That's James Douglas. So Charlie, 2 plays and 2 tackles for James Douglas.
Yeah, he made a really nice play right there. Aaron Blance, he's got great lateral speed, but right there he just got swamped in the backfield. Didn't have anywhere to go. He did a good job getting it back out, but he still couldn't get back. First down. Or not first down to the line of scrimmage, excuse me.
So it's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Webb Spartans. Strawn, the lone man in the backfield. Bland's going to come in motion. Play action. Grayson fires deep. Todd Kelly is there, and a good pass and an even better catch. Touchdown, Spartans. 3 plays and about 67 yards, and the Spartans are in very early, under 30 seconds, on a great pass, play action from Jack Grayson to Todd Kelly.
I didn't know Oregon moved down to high school. I mean, that was one of the fastest drives I've seen in a long time. And you know, Oregon in college football, they're known for that. Really, just a well executed drive right there.
And look at Jack Grayson on that sideline, running down the sideline, giving everybody high fives and hitting them on the helmet. Strawn's extra point is up, and as usual is through. It's Webb 7, DCA nothing, very early. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
The Webb School Athletic Department and the WOW Network thank Barry Bird and Beam Productions for your support of Spartan Athletics on the Internet. We appreciate your video footage and coverage of all Spartan football games. Thanks again to Barry Bird and Beam Productions.
Welcome back, Spartan fans. The Webb drive, 3 plays, 68 yards and 28 seconds off the clock, and a 44-yard touchdown pass from Jack Grayson to Todd Kelly into the end zone for the Spartans. Will, that is exactly how you want to come out if you're Webb.
Yeah, that was a great drive right there, and so quick. It only took 28 seconds off the clock, and it was for a good score.
It's Kelly's 5th receiving touchdown on the year.
Strong going to kick a low kind of spiral to the goal line, and that is where DCA will field it. And the Wildcats still on the feet out to the 20-yard line. That is number 22, Chancey Jones. So Jones makes it out to the 22-yard line. And that is where the Wildcats will set up 1st and 10. Dave Matthews credited for the tackle. DCA breaks the huddle for the first time tonight as they get ready for play. As expected, Brant Mitchell out on the field. The sophomore, number 53, his first game of the season for the Spartans. It's going to be a quick throw out, trying to get it to the line of scrimmage. That pass is incomplete. Reddick, number 9, the quarterback, cannot complete his man, number 12, or number 15. James Douglas. So Douglas, a star defensive player so far. Charlie couldn't make the catch there.
And he's been all over the field on defense. And for DCA to do well tonight, I mean, they got to have guys like that can be Iron Men and play on both sides of the ball.
So it's now 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line for DCA. Reddick under center. No one in the backfield. 3 men out wide. Man in motion, and they're going to hand it off to him. That's going to go to number 22. That's Chancey Jones. And Jones taken down at about the 25-yard line. So a gain of 4 yards on the play for DCA, and it's going to be a 3rd and about 6. So a big 3rd down here, Will, if you're Webb, or DCA, excuse me. You can't punt it back to the Spartans just because of how efficient their offense is.
Yeah, Webb's really good at these quick, powerful drives. That's what's helped them all season.
And it's going to be Reddick in the shotgun. He'll get the snap. Look for an open man, and cutting across the middle, his main target, number 22, Chancey Jones. And they're going to say the pass falls incomplete. Jones was there. The pass was a little bit behind. He tried to dive and catch it. Charlie couldn't corral it, and they're going to have to punt it away. That's not how you want to start if you're DCA.
No, it's not. He had Reddick had a guy wide open, Chancey Jones, and he just missed him. The pressure might have gotten to him a little bit. He had some hands in his face, but either way, that's the throw you have to make if you're going to want to beat this Webb Spartans team with the dynamic duo back in the back deep to return this punt. It's almost pick your poison when you're going to punt it to him.
So here comes the punt for the Wildcats, and it's going to be a wobbler out of bounds. That one hit the side of his foot and went about 7 yards.
Barely crossed the line of scrimmage.
And Webb is going to have it in great field position from the 31-yard line. The punt from Nathaniel Stewart goes out of bounds, where it will be 1st and 10 Webb. So, Will, good field position here.
Great field position for the Spartans, and you're DCA, that's not how you wanted to start this game.
3 and out, and then a bad punt puts the Spartans in great field position on their 2nd drive. Kelly going to come in motion. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback, Strawn. Looked like he was going to be eaten up in the backfield, and it takes 5 or 6 Wildcats to take him down. He finally does go down at about the 25-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
You know, Strawn, even as a fullback, you know, most of the time you bring in the fullback for a short yard gain, he still does a good job of getting those 5 to 10 yard gains. He's averaging about 10 yards per carry on the year. He's a really good guy to have out of the backfield.
Kelly going to come again in motion. It's going to be a pass into the end zone. That's Aaron Blantz, and again it's going to be caught. Jack Grayson. 2 touchdown passes on the night. Charlie, he is absolutely on fire.
Yeah, he is, and I think that that promise he made to the student body that anybody coming out to the game if they won would get Waffle House on him. He's looking like he might have to fulfill that one the way he's been playing. I mean, he is on fire. 2 passing touchdowns on 2 attempts. Boy, I've not seen him play like this yet.
Good, and they're good throws.
They are.
Right on the money. Helping the Spartans, hurting his wallet. And the extra point from Strawn is up and good. And it's going to be 14-0 here. Will, DCA must, it's almost a must-score drive with the way Webb's been driving on offense.
It really is, and that's a crazy thing to say with 9 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first. But your DCA, you've got to get some points on the board to stop this explosive Spartan offense.
Webb going to have to kick it off again to DCA, and quarterback Will Reddick. Reddick, only a junior, so he has another year at the helm. But for all these seniors on both teams, this is possibly their last game. And to make it this far and come up just short of Cookeville, our seniors experienced it last year, Charlie. It's devastating.
Oh, it has to hurt. I'm not a senior, but I mean, I wouldn't know. But just judging by it, it has to hurt. And you're working for it since the season ends. You're working for that next year, trying to get to state, and to know that all of it's gone, it's got to hurt.
On the drive, Webb 2 plays, 31 yards, and a 25-yard touchdown pass from Grayson to Blance. It's going to be fielded by Chancey Jones at the goal line, and he's going to be driven back by number 45. That's Liam Willoughby getting a hold of Jones and driving him backward.
That was a real good play. Zach Mathian, the gunner right there. He did a great job of forcing him to cut it into the inside. You know, you always put one of your fastest guys you can tackle as a gunner to try and get him to not pop it out outside. And Liam Willoughby did a great job of just really swallowing him up and not letting him go anywhere.
Webb in their classic defense with 4 defensive backs. But like we said, the story of the night on the defensive side is Brant Mitchell, the linebacker, in his first game as the Spartan. It's going to be a handoff from Reddick and hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Was DCA's running back, that's number 21, Nathaniel Stewart. Stewart played a big role in DCA's win over USJ last week, hoping to repeat his success from last week tonight. So far on one attempt, gaining 2 yards. It's 2nd and 8 from the DCA 11-yard line. It's going to be another handoff. And again, Nathaniel Stewart, nothing doing, so Charlie, the defensive line, showing up as usual.
Yeah, this whole Webb Spartans team, they're just energized. They're coming out with ferocity we've not seen in years, and they really want this game. And DCA in 3rd and 8, they have to convert. I'd say this is their most important, maybe their most important 3rd down of their year so far. They have to convert here.
It is a must, and Charlie, I would agree with you. You know, I don't keep up with them, but
yeah.
I would say this is their most important one. You cannot let Webb go up 21-0. Here comes Reddick into the shotgun. Pressure by Skip Garner. Reddick fires to the sideline, and that pass is incomplete. He had a man. That's Alec Pratt, the junior, the tight end. He was there, couldn't come down with it, a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, that's a real shame for DCA, and now they have to punt it away back to the explosive Webb offense.
We all know what Webb can do on the offensive side of the ball and on the punt return, so it really stinks when you have to punt to this Webb team, Charlie. The defense is going to have to make a stand at some point.
Yeah.
And DCA needs it now. Maybe a turnover will be huge. Here comes the punt, and that one better than the first by Nathaniel Stewart. And Stewart punts it to about midfield, and they're going to mark it. Ooh, it crossed out of bounds, though, about the 37.
Ooh.
So still good field position again. And who would doubt this Webb offense, Charlie, especially now with the passing game so efficient so far. And two passes, 2 touchdowns.
I wouldn't be surprised if they come out throwing it again. I mean, it's not something they always do, but it's working for them this week. I mean, I would not be surprised at all. Maybe see Robbie Strawn get in.
And here comes the handoff. It's going to be to Kelly. Kelly going to go towards the middle of the field, and he is taken down at about the 30-yard line. So 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage, where it'll be 2nd and 2. Will, if I told you that Aaron Blance and Todd Kelly have a touchdown, you'd probably guess it's rushing. But tonight it's been all about number 1, the senior, Jack Grayson.
Yeah, Jack's had a really great game tonight with the 2 passing touchdowns. He's been playing the best we've seen him all year.
Grayson goes under center. It's going to be another handoff to Kelly, and Kelly again finding room, and no one's going to touch him. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end zone. Touchdown, Todd Kelly. His 2nd of the night. Charlie, he's just unstoppable.
Well, he looks like it tonight. I see you took a note out of the old John Ward book right there.
Yes.
And but back to Kelly, he's had a heck of a night. 2 total touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. That puts him at 29 on the year total. And I mean, he is just, this whole Webb Spartans offense is on fire. I mean, when you can go 2 plays and get a touchdown.
Strawn's extra point is up, and no good. He missed the extra point. So 20-0 is our score now. The flags being run around Faust Field, but the Spartans will wave their flag and enjoy. 20-0 the score. 7:26 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Support for Webb and the WOW Network comes from University General Surgeons, Drs. Anderson, Daly, Nicholas, Taylor, Smith, Curick, and Tucker, specializing in routine and complex surgical cases at the UT Medical Center.
Welcome back, Spartan fans. 20-0 the score. Webb on top. Another two-play drive. That's back-to-back drives with 2 plays, 38 yards, and a 30-yard touchdown run by Todd Kelly, number 6. Like Charlie said, his 29th overall or total touchdown of the season. Strawn's extra point was missed, but Webb now kicking it back off to DCA, and it's going to go again. Actually, this time going to be fielded by number 15, James Douglas. Douglas going to try to take it to midfield, and he's got some room and makes a couple good moves, gets some blocks, and then taken down by Brant Mitchell and Ren Alexander on the punt team. So for the 27-yard line, the best field position all night for the DCA Wildcats. We'll see what they can do with it. At this point, Charlie, it is a must score.
Yeah, and they need to do it quick. I mean, with the way Webb's offense has been scoring, the only way you can really you can win is if you can keep up with them, and right now they've not been able to do that.
Reddick in the shotgun. Reddick now, it's going to be a quarterback scramble, and he's met immediately in the backfield by a host of Spartans, including number 45, Liam Willoughby, making the initial hit, and then Robbie Strawn, number 17, following up. Will, that was a good total team tackle there.
That really was. You could see all parts of the defense working together to stop the quarterback.
We'll be giving you score updates throughout the night of other action around the area. The only score we have right now is Maryville 7, Dobbins Bennett nothing in the first quarter. We'll keep you updated on that game being played at Maryville. It will be Reddick in the shotgun. Reddick under heavy pressure and sacked. Taken down by numbers
65.
65. Very impressive, but nothing unexpected from Carter Thomas, Charlie.
Nope, he's got now 3 sacks on the year after that. He's always done a good job, like his older brother Kelly, of getting to the quarterback and they're sacking him or forcing him out of the pocket or into another sack, for that matter. And you know, he's just this Webb team. They're just super energized right now. You got, looking back, you've got Kelly and Melton back at the pretty much the first down marker, playing a little bit deeper than normal.
On a 3rd and 18 for DCA, we'll see what the Wildcats can muster up. It's going to be Reddick in the shotgun. Reddick fires quick sideline. Pass was incomplete to Jordan Halliday. Will, that play probably wasn't going to go for a first down. You have to wonder. Reddick was pressured, but Halliday couldn't make the catch on the sideline.
Yeah, he looked really disappointed with himself after he let that ball go through his hands.
It's going to be another punting situation for DCA. I don't think the DCA has moved the ball past the 30-yard line yet in tonight's game. We'll see how that changes. It's going to be a punt fielded by Aaron Blantz, and he's going to get by an initial tackler. That's number 30, Connor McGrowski. And Blantz uses his speed, gets to the outside, makes some moves to the 10-yard line and drugged down, or to the 15-yard line, drugged down at the 13, out of bounds. Charlie, he was gone in a jiffy, and DCA lucky to take him down when they did.
I thought the most impressive thing was even staring down the gunner on the punt coverage. He caught the ball and he just juked him out.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy just missed the tackle, and Blantz was pretty much off to the races. Good job by DCA getting him down before he could score, but either way, just a really job well done by Aaron Blantz right there.
And then there's going to be a penalty on the Spartans, going to back them all the way up. That's the best thing that DCA could have hoped for, a block in the back on Webb. So will DCA now, Webb has the 42-yard line. 42 yards, a lot of distance. The Spartans have covered it so far tonight. But DCA, a little hope on defense here. You gotta muster up something when you're giving up 20 points in less than 6 minutes.
Yeah, you're DCA. You got to make a stop here to keep your hopes alive of winning the game.
Nobody behind Grayson. And now it's going to be Blantz rolling in motion. He's going to get the call, and it's going to be a flag thrown on, it looks like Todd Kelly. Blantz had the sideline. He had the first down easy. Then a flag comes in. No flag on what the Webb fans wanted to be a late hit. No call. But there was a flag. They're going to, a block in the back, I guess, what they're calling there.
I would guess so.
Probably
Clipping or holding or something.
That's a big penalty backing Webb up. You can still hear this crowd going bananas. They wanted a late hit on that one. They did not get it. We'll get the official give the call here. It will be on Webb. You can see him backing it up. Very unfortunate situation, Charlie. That 15-yard penalty, it looks like. On a block in the back, a 15-yard penalty. So, Will, it's going to be first and what looks like a long 21 yards.
Yeah, your Webb, this is not what you wanted, especially after that great run by Aaron Blantz to have it taken back all the way.
So 2 block in the back penalties leave the Spartans with a first and 21. It's going to be Robbie Strawn, the fullback. Strawn fights for yards and gets past the midfield line to the 48.5-yard line, where it'll be second and about 15. So correction, was a 10-yard penalty on the play. Webb crosses midfield now, second and 15. We take under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 20-0 Spartans. Grayson under center. And it's going to be a play action. Open down the field. It's going to be a throw to Brant Mitchell. Mitchell in and out of his hands, but that's going to be pass interference on number 15, James Douglas. Douglas gave him a push in the back. What a throw by Jack Grayson. This confidence level out of the senior is unreal.
Blame it on the Waffle House.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen Grayson make throws like this in his whole career. He put that one right on the money. Hit Brant Mitchell in stride, unfortunately for them. I mean, I guess you could say either way. Fortunately, unfortunately, there was a pass interference, but I'm sure Brant would have loved to have that catch. And, you know, either way, it's going to move Webb up.
Douglas still trying to plead his case to the official. So Webb does not get to the first down marker, but it's an automatic first down due to the pass interference. And, you know, that's huge as well. You know, will you get 2 big penalties, back Webb up, get him for less than 5 yards on first down, and then something like this backs you all the way, or moves Webb all the way to 35 and a first down.
Yeah, now Webb has some pretty good field position and a fresh set of downs to try and score.
So we got first and 10 from the 35. Grayson under center. Here comes, a little misdirection to Todd Kelly. And Kelly dragged down at close to 2 or 3 yards after by number 26, DeJuan Buey. Other scores in the first, it's CAK 7, Alcoa nothing. So that's a big game going on right down the road between the Warriors and the Tornadoes. Webb saw Alcoa earlier in the year, lost 7-14 to 7 at Alcoa. And that other team in action, just that other team, Marable, on the schedule for next year. Excited for that one and CAK. So both those teams, we are excited to play next season. But a lot still to be done in this season. It's second and 7 from the 32. And it's going to be a handoff to the fullback, Robbie Strawn. And he got nothing on the play. That's the best defensive play so far for DCA, Charlie. They sniffed it out and took him down.
Yeah, that was. And I would say that goes up there with penalties by Webb is the best thing that could have happened for DCA. And, you know, that could be it. If they can hold Webb to, I would assume they would probably punt it here. I mean, that could be the spark.
So it's 3rd and 8, a third down situation. 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Brock Beeler set out wide, and Kelly and Strawn in the backfield. Now it's just Strawn. Kelly and Blantz, the 2 wing backs. It's going to be a play-action pass down the sideline. He's got Kelly, but the pass is intercepted by James Douglas. Douglas finally takes advantage of a Jack Grayson pass, read it perfectly well, and intercepted.
Oh, yes, he completely read that coverage, and that was not what anyone on the Webb sideline or on the Webb side of the field was expecting.
Charlie James Douglas had a great read on the ball, jumped, and made a great catch over the very athletic Todd Kelly.
He really was, and Grayson underthrew that ball a little bit, and it was perfect. And DCA, not the best field position, but they'll take it.
Better than the Webb
Yeah.
touchdown, and that is exactly what that DCA team needed. Now they need to go down and get something on the offensive end. 2 receivers set out wide, 2 tailbacks in the I formation. And it's going to be a quick screen pass over to Douglas, and he is hit immediately. Cannot hold on to the ball. So the pass falls incomplete, where it'll be 2nd and 10 for DCA from the 12-yard line. So now 2nd and 10 from the 12. After a first down incompletion from James Douglas and a good hit by Brock Beeler and Todd Kelly teaming up on Douglas on that side. So again, Douglas and Jones out wide, and it's going to be a handoff this time up the middle to Nathaniel Stewart. And Stewart had nothing doing on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. So this DCA offense is just struggling to get anything going, and they must right here.
They must complete this 3rd down. You're absolutely right, Andrew. This is a must score for DCA here. This deep in their own territory.
That's right. I just think DCA will want to get a first down.
Yeah.
Get it past the 30-yard line. That would be signs of improvement. The defense is trying to step it up. A good possession there besides that pass interference call. Eventually we do an interception. So Reddick now, 2 wideouts, and Reddick going to go into the shotgun. Fire over the middle, and the pass overthrown, incomplete. James Douglas was there. Had a step on, it looked like Kelly, but again overthrown and incomplete. Melton dove for it, trying to get the interception, couldn't do so, and it's going to be another punting situation deep in their own territory, like Will said, for DCA.
And pretty much all the punts so far, I think they all have gone out of bounds. We'll see if they keep on trying to keep it away from Kelly and Blantz, or if they take their chances.
So here comes the punt from Stewart, and it's a high spiral to the 50-yard line. That's where Blantz will receive. Blantz trying to find some blockers up ahead. He does to midfield. Blantz now switching all the way across fields, trying to make one move, and he does. On to Jean Bowie. Cuts back into the middle of the field and finally gets taken down at about the 3-yard line. So, Will, what an excellent return from Aaron Blantz. Took it to the middle, over to the right sideline, then cut back to the middle and finally wrapped up.
That was a great run, Andrew. He was really showing off his speed there, and he had some great blocks up front that he followed all the way to the 2-yard line.
It kind of reminded me of Deshaun Jackson a little bit. Just taking that step back to start it off and then just explodes up the middle. And he had a heck of a run, and now you might just see him go to Robbie Strawn or maybe even TK Kelly over the top right here.
So 1st and 4 from the 4-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff to Blantz. Blantz tries to get by, and he does. Number 53, that is Caleb Smith. The linebacker tried to bring down Blantz, couldn't do so, and Blantz cruises into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the evening, making this a 26-0 game. Webb will now send out the special teams unit and Robbie Strawn to kick the extra point with 1:33 to go in this first quarter.
And TK Kelly and Aaron Blantz both have now a rushing and a receiving touchdown. That rushing touchdown was Blantz's 15th on the year.
Strawn's extra point is up and good. So 27-0 the score in the first quarter. And DCA, maybe a little bit of a hangover from last week and that big upset early in this first quarter. The Spartans have come out enthused, and that is why they lead 27-0. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You'll see the Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
The The Webb School Athletic Department and the WOW Network thank Barry Bird and Beam Productions for your support of Spartan Athletics on the Internet. We appreciate your video footage and coverage of all Spartan football games. Thanks again to Barry Bird and Beam Productions.
So welcome back, fans. It is 27-0 Webb on top here in the first quarter of play. Strawn's kick again going to be fielded by Douglas at the 5-yard line. That's where he'll try to find some blockers up ahead. And he gets shoved out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
Brant Mitchell.
Brant, what a block it.
I mean, he just ran over number 54 right there, Andrew Whitehead. I mean, literally just ran over him. Brant might not be the fastest guy, but boy, is he powerful. And I mean, he just had a full head of steam right there. He was a man on a mission, and Whitehead just got in his way.
And he would not be denied.
No.
He absolutely ran him over. And James Douglas gets to the 24-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Reddick going to hand it off to Nathaniel Stewart. And Stewart tries to make a few moves and get 1 or 2 yards on the carry. He gets 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 now for DCA. As they're just trying to see the end of this first quarter, regroup, and try to talk some things over. It's 27-0. We are under a minute now here at Faust Field, and we want to thank our guests in the press box. A couple of them. We have the Sports Animal in here tonight, the Knoxville News Sentinel, a few other newspapers, and glad to be the host of this event. Reddick going to hand it off to Nathaniel Stewart on the play. A little extra push after the initial hit, or excuse me, that's number 15, James Douglas, and the Spartans take him down as we take under 30 minutes. The Blue Bonnet Bowl is at stake in Cookeville, and so much with that game and everything about it. We are under 15 seconds. It's 3rd and 7 from the 27 for DCA, and they're just looking to get past the 30-yard line here for the first time tonight. Reddick drops back. He has some time, loses the football. It's on the ground, and it looks like the Wildcats recover it, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. A fumble on the final play of the quarter on 3rd down. Number 57, Skip Garner, got in the backfield and made a big play. So it's been a little one-sided here in the first quarter. 27-0. We'll see what the rest of this game has entail. We are 3 quarters away from a trip to Cookeville and a state championship, perhaps, for the Men in Green. It's 27-0, and we're going to lead in here now to the play, or one of our greatest plays and runs in Webb School history. It occurred back in 2005 against Catholic. Please enjoy this WOW Network Spartan Classic.
French 15-10, French to the 5, and French gallop to the 4, W.E.B.B., and that spells a TD for the Men in Green as French breaks loose for a 25-yard TD run.
That is one of the best runs by a fullback at Webb I have ever seen. He was hit by at least 6 people. Tremendous run that time.
He was galloping like a Tennessee walking horse. Did you see that?
Welcome back, fans, as the punt from number 21, that is Nathaniel Stewart, also the running back, goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So Webb has some field to cover to get into the end zone on this drive, but we'll see what the Spartans can do. You know, back to that run by Matt French, Charlie, that is one of the great classic runs in Spartan history. Again, that was Matt French back in 2005. The Spartans ended up losing that game, unfortunately, to the Irish, 14-12, but what a beast of a run on that play by Matt French.
I mean, he was plowing over guys. He looked kind of like Brand on that last play, just running over people, running around him. Heck of a play.
Good stuff. We are getting ready now for Webb's drive. Into the game is number 4. That's Brock Beeler. Dave Matthews, the senior, comes out. We're going to welcome in Frank Gravano into the broadcast booth. Glad to have him back here. And a timeout is going to be taken on the play from the Webb Spartans. And Dave Meskey is just living on the sideline. Took his headset off, wanted to throw it, thought better of it, and kept it on. Frank, in that first quarter, was a little one-sided. Jack Grayson had 2 touchdown passes. That was good stuff from the senior.
Yeah, aside from the interception that he threw late in the first quarter, he had a phenomenal quarter there, and it really gave the Spartans a huge boost in this game, which is exactly what they needed if they want to win here tonight. So good job all in all by Jack Grayson. And then obviously you still have Todd Kelly playing. I believe he's got a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown, and just huge athlete. And he's been a great help all season, and he's helping out big time tonight.
Back earlier in the year when these two teams tangled here at Faust Field, the score at the end of the first quarter, it was 21-0 Webb on top. So a little bit better if you're a Spartan fan from last time these two teams met back earlier this year. But we'll see what this DCA team can muster up here now that the juices are flowing. It's tough to travel from Nashville, get off the bus, and play a football game. We know it's tough to broadcast, but you can only imagine down there on the field. So we'll see what they have entail for these 3 quarters. It's going to be a pitch to Robbie Strawn. Strawn uses that explosive speed and big, powerful legs to chug across midfield to the 48-yard line, where it'll be about 2nd and 4 on the play, or 47. So, Charlie, good run by Strawn.
Yeah, it was, and you know, like I said it earlier, they bring him in. He can get 5 to 10 yards every game, and that's just what he's done pretty much all year.
So it's now 2nd and 4 from the 47-yard line. The lone man in the backfield for the men in green is Brant Mitchell. And Mitchell going to get some blocks up ahead for Robbie Strawn. Strawn, tripped up by James Douglas. Douglas making a touchdown-saving tackle, Frank. We had a couple Spartan fans throw their hands up. They thought Strawn was into the end zone, but James Douglas dragged him down. A good tackle.
Yeah, you know, Strawn had that explosive speed that he's exemplified a few times in the backfield tonight. And, you know, got into the secondary. Unfortunately, he was drugged down right there before he could reach the end zone. But good run all in all.
Jack Grayson runs back out to deliver the play to his troops on their 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. It's going to be Grayson under center. Strawn, the low man in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Kelly. Kelly looks for a block and gets one from Strawn, and then tries to spin out of a tackle, but nothing doing there to make the tackle by number 2. No name listed on the roster. We'll try to get that name to you. But a good tackle there by one of the Wildcat defenders to set up a 2nd and 10 opportunity for the Spartans. Grayson comes back out from the sideline. Dave Meskey, the head coach, an unbelievable record here at Webb. One of the most winningest coaches all time is Dave Meskey. We are sure glad to have him. And it's going to be Grayson. Grayson thinks about throwing it. The pocket collapsed and then taken down by a host of Wildcats, excuse me. So Frank Grayson finally taken down. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Big opportunities here for DCA to get a big stop.
Yeah, you know, they're down big, and really this would just be a confidence boost right here to get this stop against the Spartans, who they haven't been able to stop on that long. So we'll see what happens.
So 3rd and 7 on the Grayson scramble. 9 minutes and taking to go here in this first half of play. Kelly moves forward and Grayson goes under center. Grayson Fakes the handoff, play action. He's going to look across field, and there is a wide open Liam Willoughby. Willoughby cuts back midfield, gets hit at the 1 yard line, and then cruises into the end zone. Just almost ran over James Douglas on the play, Frank. Touchdown, Webb.
Yeah, that was just great play all in all. Willoughby got loose. He didn't really have anybody guarding him. It was just like a slipped coverage by the Wildcats. And Grayson threw a great throw, and Willoughby with a run after the catch. Touchdown Spartans says it enough.
So another TD for the Men in Green. That is their 5th touchdown of the night. Robbie Strawn on for his 5th time. 3 of 4 so far on extra points. This one is up, and a low wobbler is good. Gets through the uprights, and the Spartans lead this thing 34-0. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
If you want to pass and run like the Spartans, then pass up the fast food and run into the Shrimpdock, serving lunch daily from 11 to 3. With stores in Bearden and Farragut, you get your choice of the fish, oyster, or the famous shrimp po' boys. Also, grab some scallops, crab legs, lobster, oysters, shrimp, and the only fresh fish in K-Town to take home for dinner. So stay warm in the winter with Captain Paul's chowders and bisques, stay healthy and lower cholesterol with fresh fish, and enjoy at the Shrimpdock.
Welcome back, Spartan fans. 34-0 the score here from Faust Field. This time, no matter what happens, it is the last home game here for Webb. They hope to go out in style, 34-0. It's looking good for the Spartans so far tonight. It's going to be a high kick to the 1 yard line, and into the end zone steps James Douglas. So due to the new rule, they're going to have to take it from the 20-yard line, but it is a 1st and 10 opportunity for the DCA Wildcats. And Charlie, you got to get something going here, even to get back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, for starters, they could getting past the 50-yard line. I mean, their offense has pretty much been stagnant this whole game. Their defense, DCA's defense, has had 1 or 2 good series, but all in all, they've had a really rough night, and just things haven't gone their way.
Reddick under center now. He's going to hand it off to quarterback Nathaniel Stewart. Stewart taken down, line of scrimmage, maybe 1 yard more. So 2nd and 9 now for the DCA offense. Charlie, that's a perfect adjective to describe them. They have been stagnant and nothing more than stagnant so far tonight. They have to get something going here against this Webb defense. They've had guys open. Reddick making a couple throws, a little over the top and a little short, have left this DCA offense short in the end. Reddick now flushed out of the pocket, trying to find a man. And he's going to find Douglas. Douglas made a good move, and what a catch, able to hang on to the football. Knew exactly where he was and tracked it down. Frank, that looked like a collegiate catch or a pro catch there. Looked at the ground, found the ball again, made the catch, and made sure to keep a foot in bounds.
Yeah, a little bit of a wobbly throw, underthrown a little, had to come back to it. And he, like you said, was very aware of the pass and where he was on the field, made a great play.
So Reddick was flushed out of the pocket, and Douglas looked like there was going to be nothing there, but Douglas made a good move, and a throw from Reddick results in a 1st and 10. So Charlie crossing midfield. We'll see what the Wildcats have here. That's their best offensive play so far. It's going to be a pitch to Stewart. Stewart tries to find some blockers. None there, and taken down by many Spartans, but including number 60, that's Gage Thompson. Scores for you here. CAK with a lead over Alcoa in the 2nd quarter, 15-8. Our partners down the road have the lead. Maryville still over Dobbins Bennett, 7-0 in the 2nd quarter. And Tennessee High School and Powell tied at 7 in the 2nd quarter as well. we'll keep you updated on those scores throughout the night. It's going to be Reddick play action. He's going to roll right fire across the middle with a good pass and catch. Caught by Jaron Warden, the tight end, flying across the middle. Frank, signs of life here for this DCA offense, finding guys right and left in the passing game.
Yeah, they've been trying to pass all night, and like you said, Andrew, it hasn't really been there. Quarterback's throwing a couple of bad throws, and, on this drive, they've been fortunate to catch a couple ones down the field. So we'll see if they can finally catch some momentum and put it in for 6 right here on this drive.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line, under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Douglas and Jones listed out wide. 2 backs behind Reddick, and it's going to be a quick drop back, and it's going to be a pass. Ooh, that was a good throw by Reddick. Chance Jones just dropped the ball, Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice short slant route inside, and like you said, he just dropped it. And if DCA is going to try and get back into this game, they can't have stuff like that happen. They got to get those. That would have gone for 5, maybe gotten the first down. I mean, that's just a lost opportunity.
So it's now 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line, and a new receiver into the formation. That's Jordan Halliday, number 18. James Douglas comes across the formation. It's going to be a handoff to Nathaniel Stewart. Stewart gains 3 or 4 yards on the play. It's going to be a 3rd down at about 6 for this DCA offense. And after such a good drive, Frank, you'd hate to see it stall right here on the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that's definitely not something that the Wildcats coaching staff wants to see, nor the Wildcat players. And, really the first good drive they've had all night, so they're hoping for 6.
Head coach Dennis Goodwin looking for that end zone, like Frank said. And he's so proud of his guys. After last week, you'd hate to see him just fall short this week. And a pass that was into some coverage there and deflected by a few Spartan linebackers. Still got to Chance Jones, but Charlie, when it got to Jones, it was going to be an almost impossible catch.
Yeah, and it was, and looks like they're going to have to go for it here. It's 4-down territory. It's a little far for a field goal and too close to punt, that's for sure. And, boy, I'll tell you what, they need to convert right here. They need some sort of life shot into it.
You don't want to say desperate, but
no,
it almost is some type of desperation here. 34-0 the score. Reddick flushed out of the pocket, tries to find something, and he's going to take off on his feet. Now he's going to throw. James Douglas was there, hit his hands, and then Matthew Melton, number 26, made a good hit on Douglas. And the pass falls incomplete. You saw Reddick's frustration as he lied on the ground after he took a big hit. It looked like he had some room to run, Frank, but he thought he might as well give it off to Douglas.
Yeah, the linebacker for the Spartans came up and give a little threat, a little nudge, and I don't think that Reddick thought he could make it, so he tried to throw it up to one of his better wide receivers, and they just missed it that time.
So a great drive was looking for, or a good-looking drive for the DCA Wildcats. Stalls out at the 29-yard line after Webb's defense holds on 4 plays, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Handoff, Robbie Strawn. Strawn chugs to about the 36, 37-yard line. You can't brag enough about Robbie Strawn. He's just so dominant in the run game. Every time he touches it, we always talk about how physical he is. It really is. Every time he gets the ball, you can expect at least 6 or 7 yards on the play. Charlie, I think he said he averages about 10 yards a carry.
Yeah, he does.
That's unheard of in all of football. 2 receivers lined up out wide for Grayson, but they're going to hand it off again to Robbie Strawn. Strawn finds some room up close to midfield to the 48-yard line, but good enough to move the chains, Frank. That's one thing you can always count on in Robbie Strawn. He will move the chains no matter where you are. To that first down marker, Robbie Strawn's a very reliable guy to get past him.
Yeah, he's such a powerful back. He doesn't look it from a distance, but really he's a strong guy, and he's able to bust through that line like no other.
So it's a 1st and 10 now. Webb from the 48. Grayson hands it off again to Strawn. Strawn gets some blocks up ahead, and he's off to the races again to the 37-yard line before he's taken down. So Charlie, this DCA or defense has nothing for Robbie Strawn right now.
No, they don't. He's such just a physically gifted kid. I mean, he's big, strong, but he can run, and they just don't have an answer for him.
Grayson comes back into the huddle for another 1st and 10, this time from the 37-yard line. Webb moving the ball with ease, it seems like. 2 wide receivers out wide for the Spartans. Beeler and Blant. Brant Mitchell lined up in the backfield as well as Robbie Strawn. And it's going to be a handoff to Brant Mitchell. Mitchell finding a good block from Robbie Strawn. Mitchell to the 20, to the 15, still on his feet. 13, and finally taken down at about the 12-yard line. Brant Mitchell, he's a beast. Everyone's been talking about it all season. His first game as officially as a Spartan. He played some JV games, showing his beast mentality there. What a great run from Brant Mitchell.
You know, yeah, I had a chance to talk to Brant earlier today at school, and he is jacked up for this game. It doesn't matter who they were playing. He was just ready to go, and that run really proved how excited he is.
So it's now 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Grayson under center. Gets a snap, and he's going to hand it off to Blantz. Blantz taking it out of the backfield. He's going to run backwards here and take it down past the 20-yard line by Chance Jones. You know, Charlie, they teach you to run north to south, not east to west. Blantz a master running east to west, but beat at his own game that time by Jones.
Yeah, and that time he almost ran south to north. I mean, he ran backwards, and like you said, he got outsmarted. And you know, 2nd and 18, you might look for Grayson to start airing it out again.
So it's 2nd and 18 from the 20-yard line. Grayson under center. Lance comes across the formation. It's going to be a handoff to Robbie Strawn and then taken down behind the line of scrimmage again. So another loss on the play for the Spartans. That time, number 80, Jaron Warden, gets back to take down the very big Robbie Strawn. The defensive back makes the tackle, and it's 3rd and 19 from the 21-yard line. Fans, stick around for halftime. Some good stuff. We have a behind-the-scenes look at the WOW Network, courtesy of WVLT Volunteer TV. Past highlights of Webb and Catholic on September the 21st. Interviews with Mary Kate Haggerty, with the Wower and star golfer Kinsey Wheeland, and also the Spartan Spirit scoreboard, where you can get all your up-to-date information on games around the area. Grayson pass. He had Brock Beeler. Both Beeler and Jones fell to the ground on the play. Neither of them could make the catch. And it's now 4th and 19 for the Spartans.
You know, this is a situation we don't normally see from the Spartans. Once they get it past the 50, they're about a guarantee to punch it in for 6. But I think we're going to see the field goal team try and hit a deep one right here.
And, you know, this is Robbie Strawn's. It's only his 2nd field goal attempt on the year. And you see him make all these extra points. And, you know, Webb scores so much. You don't see him get field goals.
When Webb has the ball, they usually take it to the house. DCA gets the stop. Strawn's field goal is up, and it is nothing but good. What a great kick by Robbie Strawn. Just put it through. Frank, that one would have been good from 5 to 10 yards back, and it was right down the middle.
Yeah, you know, about a 40-yard field goal, and he's got a great leg, you know. He was able to kick that one pretty far, like you said, Andrew. Had a few extra yards to go even, and just an impressive kicker, a guy we've seen so consistent all year. You know, weather conditions tonight caused him to miss one earlier, I believe so. And but other than that, he's really been a reliable kicker, and he's a great guy that Webb loves to give some shots at the goalpost.
Yeah, you know, with you don't want to see it in the high school game, especially from Webb. But when you have a good kicker, Charlie, it makes all the difference in the world. DCA will be the first ones to tell you their kicker really, you can't say won them the game, but gave them the victory late in the game last week against USJ.
Yeah, he did, and you can't underestimate a guy, especially a kicker. I mean, it takes all 11 positions any given moment, and you know, it's just everybody's important.
On the drive, Webb 6 plays the drive covering 50 yards, and it ends with a 38-yard field goal from Robbie Strawn. And now Strawn to kick the kickoff, and it's going to go to about the 5-yard line, where it'll be received by James Douglas, and Douglas tries to fight for some extra yards after initial contact. Gets a few when taken down at the 24.5-yard line. So with 1:49 to go, Frank, it's 37-0. Do you just take it to the half, not try to give Webb the ball back? Webb does have all their timeouts in case they wanted to put another score to put it in the bag. Or do you go for the end zone?
You know, I think that DCA is realizing where this game is going, and so I think they're going to try and just keep playing like they have, aggressive, and try and punch it in before the half, get some momentum.
Reddick into the shotgun for DCA. It's going to be a handoff to usually receiver Chance Jones, and Jones taken down 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be second and about 8 as we approach 1 minute, 30 seconds to go in this first half of play. 37-0. Spartans in the lead. And DCA now with a 2nd and 7. The linemen hurry to the line, and Reddick trying to get his men in position. They have 3 men out wide and a tight end, and that is where the Wildcats will take their first timeout, and we're going to take a timeout with them. So with 1:05 to go in this second quarter of play, it's Webb 37, DCA nothing. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Hey, after a Spartan touchdown, why don't you touch down at your local shrimp dock? With locations in Bearden and Farragut, the Shrimp Dock is owned and operated by Webb parents and is the place to get your shrimp, scallops, and the only place in Knoxville to get fresh fish. So come on into the Shrimp Dock. Tell them Boomer sent you and enjoy the freshest seafood. And
Welcome back, folks, and immediately you saw Reddick just get smashed on the play by number 58, Bennett Harrison. Harrison into the backfield very quickly and took Reddick down immediately. Wow, Charlie, that was a big hit Reddick just took.
Yeah, Harrison just flew into the backfield, and you know, Reddick, he's taking a couple shots tonight. I mean, he's standing strong in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he starts to get rattled, maybe tries to roll out a little bit more. I'm not a quarterback. I'm not really sure what goes through their mind back there, but you know, if I had a guy like Bennett running at me, I would try and get out of the way.
Yeah. Reddick again in the shotgun, and he's going to he's flushed out of the pocket, tries to move forward and delivers a throw low, and the pass is going to fall incomplete to number 22. That's Chance Jones, and we have a flag on the play, and it came from the back judge, and that's usually holding. We'll wait for the call. It is. It's going to be holding on the DCA Wildcats. We're going to back them up now. Webb going to actually decline the penalty because it's 4th down, and DCA has to go for it. And unfortunately for the Wildcats, Frank, 51 seconds is plenty of time to score. Webb has had drives tonight that have been 37 seconds, 35 seconds, 44 seconds, 47 seconds, and 58 seconds. They can move very quickly, definitely in the amount of time left on this clock. And the punt is a high spiral, fielded by Todd Kelly at the 47-yard line. Tries to use his speed, does. Gets some tackles, and he's going to break it to the other side of the field. We'll see if I can catch him 30, 25, 20, and then take it down at the 16-yard line. Holy cow, he managed to get through that scuffle, Frank. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, you know, Todd Kelly's had a couple good returns this year, and one of them actually was on the National High School Returns of the Week. And, you know, if that one would have went for 6, he would have had a second one possibly up there. It was a great return. Unfortunately, brought down there
at about the 17, but good return by Kelly.
And so here come the Spartans. They're going to rush to the line now. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 16. 33 seconds. Webb has that much time to punch it in, and they're going to use Robbie Strawn. He swallowed up. The DCA defense knew exactly who they were going to on that one. We'll give credit to number 53, Caleb Smith, the linebacker, making the tackle. And Coach Meskey not going to do anything with the remaining time left. 16-15, and that looks like that'll be the last play of this half. Jack Grayson still on the sideline. Under 10 seconds, and it will be. Webb going to pack it up and head to the locker room. Good stuff in the first half from the men in green as we have hit halftime. It's Webb 37, DCA nothing. Stick around because you are about to have some great info swung at you. The Spartan Spirit scoreboard with Mayan Patel and Will Lauver. And then you have interviews, of course, with Mary Kate Haggerty and star golfer Kinsey Wheeland. Highlights of Webb and Catholic from the game back on September the 21st. And then a behind-the-scenes look at a WOW broadcast and exactly what we do up here in the press box thanks to WVLT Volunteer TV. That's going to do it for us for this first half. We'll be back for third quarter coverage. It's Webb 37, DCA nothing. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
From Volunteer TV, you're watching Mark Packer, Amanda Hara, and Chief Meteorologist David Aldridge on Local 8 News, first in high definition.
Well, it takes a lot of work to broadcast a football game. All you have to do is ask our sports department.
Yeah, Mark Packer's a little stressed out when it comes to those games. But as Local 8 News reporter Whitney Kent found out, one local high school's broadcast club is wowing fans everywhere.
It's time for Friday Night Football at Faust Field.
The WOW is an organization that does sports broadcasting for our school, and we not only do football games, but we also do basketball games, wrestling, lacrosse.
This is Webb School. Students cover every aspect of sports, just like the pros.
We try to treat each team equally, and we try not to be fans for either one.
With analysts.
We'll talk about what actually happened on the play and how it affects the game.
So we're going to have to adjust. We're going to have to make that key change. And
color commentators.
Will lightning strike twice? Yes, it will. Todd Kelly to the end zone.
And online, all done by Webb School kids.
We've kind of got it down to a rhythm where Andrew will be up there, and then there'll be two analysts next to him. So one guy will watch offense, the other will watch defense, and they'll see what's happening.
It works well. We're all really helpful to each other. We all help each other out a lot, and for the most part, we don't have any problems ever. Everyone's usually really committed to it and has a lot of fun with it.
And it's more than just fun. It's an experience for the future.
I would love to be a broadcaster, and I think that would be amazing.
I think any second that you are put on the spot and have to improv to some degree is a moment where you can learn and grow.
When you're passionate about something, time isn't really on your mind when you're doing this. And when I'm up here, it's kind of like I'm in my own little hemisphere. And there's nothing better to me than getting up here on Friday nights.
And bringing the games to fans online, no matter where they are. In Knoxville, I'm Whitney Kent, VLT Local 8 News.
Yeah, no boom goes the dynamite adjectives for this crew here. As for the game they just covered, Webb won 49-21 over Harding Academy and advanced to the state semifinals. Well, a quick note.
No, Abby, I'm kidding.
I'm here with Kinsey Whelan, fellow Wower, but most importantly, Spartan Golf state champ, and who will be signing on Tuesday to commit to play for the University of Cincinnati next year in her freshman year. So, Kinsey, this is obviously a big point in your life. How did you prepare this season and coming up on this year sort of for this huge milestone in your life?
Well, I mean, I've been working all my 4 years for this. I played a lot of tournaments over the summer, and so I was ready for the high school season. And it's stressful because college is in the back of your mind and committing. And I took a lot of college visits this summer, but I just knew that if I could play my own game, that everything would fall into place, and it certainly did.
Well, congratulations to you, of course. But how did you come down to decide that University of Cincinnati was the place for you?
Well, I mean, I took a visit over the summer, and it really just had everything that I could ever think of. The student athletes were just treated tremendously, and I loved that. The coach has been there for 10 years, and I just felt like she was super supportive. She stayed with me through the entire recruiting process, and that was a huge plus for me. She really just, everything, the team atmosphere, her goals for the team just really fit up with mine, and I think it was a great fit. I'm really excited.
Well, congratulations. We're excited for you as well.
Thank you. Now, I have some questions for you. Now, Mary Kate has been a WOW Network member for 4 years with me. And Mary Kate, I'd just like to know, do you have any special highlights from your time in the WOW, up in the press box here, and, your time with the WOW? Is there anything that stands out?
Well, every Friday night is different and exciting and special, and of course it's so fun to work with the team as sort of a whole and kind of running back and forth and getting the stats and sort of how much of sort of one kind of machine we are, sort of how each cog fits in and it all works together. But just sort of the usual kind of monologues before the game are probably my favorite. It's time for Friday night football at Faust Field really just can't be beat.
Definitely. Is there anything you think that the WOW has taught you that you'll take with you into the future after you graduate?
Well, definitely, how to perform on a live mic. I think that's pretty important for a lot of people. But also sort of how to present yourself and sort of how to be poised in front of a camera and for people. And also sort of, it's made me grow up a little bit. And it's definitely been a fun experience. It's allowed me to stick with sports in my life, but also do my other love and be in front of cameras and perform and things. So it's been a wonderful part of my 4 years at high school.
Definitely. Well, I've enjoyed working with you, Mary Kate. It's been a blast, and we'll be right back.
As you may know, the WOW Network is infamous for its pre-show buffets, and here with me is one of our head chefs of the buffets here. Now, tonight was a special night. Since it's a week before Thanksgiving, we needed a bit of a Thanksgiving feast, so tell me about this fantastic turkey that we had tonight.
Well, I got up at 6 o'clock this morning to get Kinsey off to school, as usual, and I decided to go ahead and deep fry a turkey. So that's what we did today. We deep fried a turkey for 17.5 pounds. And I didn't think it would get eaten, but lo and behold, I think it's almost gone by halftime. My. Hungry troopers out here.
We are a hungry bunch of kids up here. But you are obviously Kinsey Whelan's father, and so we have also our other head mom coming in just a moment, because this buffet just, can't be beat.
All right, I'm Kinsey Whelan, and I'm here with Mary Kate's mom, Miss Sarah Haggerty, and she has been a hostess at this press box for a long time, and a couple times every year for the last 4 years. Miss Haggerty, how does it feel to be a senior WOW parent?
It's very special to be a senior WOW parent. I'm very proud of all of the senior WOWers, you and Mary Kate, and y'all been doing it for 4 years. You built a special bond, and it's just fun. Some of the nights that I'm not up here, I like to stay home and kind of watch the show at home, and it's really incredible job what you guys do every Friday.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for your help in the press box this year.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure.
All right, next up, please look forward to our broadcasters, Mayan Patel, Will Lover, and Graham Rogers are up next, so stay tuned. Duo Fast in Knoxville, a proud supporter of the WOW Network. I'm in the warehouse here at Duo Fast in Knoxville. They have all your nailing and stapling needs. Next time you're building a house or a tree house or maybe a dog house, come down to Duo Fast in Knoxville on Paper Mill Drive.
Welcome back, folks. Mayan Patel alongside Will Lover here at the half, where the Webb School Spartans lead the Donelson Christian Academy Wildcats 37-0. And the Spartans pitching a shutout so far in the first half, and they've really gotten it done offensively. Todd Kelly and Aaron Blantz, 2 touchdowns apiece, 1 receiving and 1 rushing touchdown, and also Liam Willoughby had a receiving touchdown, sophomore tight end there, and Robbie Strawn missed a PAT early, but then he came back and got a field goal late in the first half to make it 37-0. Will, they've really done a great job with that all year. Jack Grayson playing phenomenal tonight, and like he has three passing touchdowns on the night. And so Robbie Strawn, how did he bounce back, kicking that field goal after missing the point after?
Well, kicking, as you know, is as much of a mental game as a physical game. I think he got in the right mindset, went out there, made some plays, and got a good, solid 3 points for the Spartan offense.
Definitely a couple points for the Spartan offense. And so moving to the other side of the ball, DCA. They're being shut out right now, 37-0. What do they have to do mentally and on the field to get back into this game in the second half?
Well, mentally, when you come out at halftime for DCA 0-0, it's a whole new ball game. You got to try and come back, lower the score deficit, and score a bunch of points. As for physically, they need to keep to their passing game, which is very good.
Definitely Will Reddick back there in the backfield as a quarterback. He does a phenomenal job. They're also they've got a big fan base. They got to get riled up, just like you're talking about. Got to act like it's 0-0. So keys to the second half, Webb on offense. What is it?
Well, definitely TK Kelly and Aaron Blantz. You got to hand it off a lot, occasionally throwing the passes, which have done great so far, and score many more touchdowns.
Definitely many more touchdowns. Well, we're not done yet. Right now, we're going to hand it to Graham Rogers for the Spartan Spirit scoreboard, as he has the dry summaries. Graham?
Thanks, Mayan. The Spartans got it started off in the first quarter with a 3-play, 68-yard drive, and Todd Kelly scored right there on a 44-yard touchdown pass from number 1, Jack Grayson. Then, still in the first quarter, only 2 plays, but 31 yards on a 25-yard touchdown pass from Grayson to Aaron Blantz this time. Then, still in the first quarter, another 2-play drive, 38 yards, 30-yard run from Todd Kelly. That was his second touchdown of the night, his first running. Still in the first quarter, the Spartans scored on a 4-yard run by Aaron Blantz. That was the only play of the drive. In the second quarter, the Spartans had a couple longer drives. The first one was a 5-play, 54-yard drive, and it ended on a 22-yard touchdown catch by Liam Willoughby. Then a 6-play drive, 50 yards, and the final result was a 38-yard field goal by Robbie Strawn. Now we have a couple of scores from local games around the area. CAK and Alcoa at halftime, the score is 15-8 CAK. Then Dobbins Bennett and Maryville, the score right now is 20-6 Maryville in the second quarter, and Tennessee High and Powell are tied at 7-7 at halftime. That's the Spartan Spirit scoreboard. Back to you, Mayan.
Thank you, Graham, for those drive summaries. All right, Will, we're going to quickly wrap this up here as we are about a minute away from the second half action. DCA, we already talked about the passing game, and we already talked about how they have to act like it's 0-0. Biggest thing for them to do in the second half, other than their passing game. Anything else they need to add?
Well, I think they got to work on special teams a little bit, and they can't give away any more penalties to this powerful Spartan offense. They need to work on that and play a nice, clean game.
Definitely, and we got to talk about the Spartan offense as usual. The running game is always great, and then we've got the passing game, phenomenal tonight. But on the defensive side of the ball, what do they need to adjust to in the second half, or what do they need to keep doing?
Well, I think the defensive line has been playing great tonight. They've been pressuring DCA, putting a lot of pressure up front, and keeping DCA to 0.
Well, there you have it, folks. Spartans are going to try and keep the shutout tonight as they lead 37-0 here, coming down 30 seconds until second half action. We'll be back with second half coverage right after this. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
So welcome back, Spartan fans, to Faust Field. It's a Webb Spartans in the lead, 37-0. Here with my partners, Charlie Graham and Liam Calloway, joining us here in the press box. And, you know, Charlie, it was a lot of green on the field. And it wasn't just the grass. The Spartans were in control. 37-0 is the score.
Yeah, and large part of that, TK Kelly and Aaron Blands, both of them just having monstrous games out there. And can't forget about Jack Grayson. He's got two passing touchdowns, I think 4 attempts, and they're all just having a good night. And as of now, looks like Jack's gonna have quite the dent in his wallet from all that Waffle House he'll be purchasing.
You know, leave 2 for 4 on any night is good for Jack Grayson, considering that they don't pass it that much, but 2 for 4 with 2 touchdowns, and that's pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. You know, we as fans kind of get used to the run, and and when there is a pass, it's something different, so we enjoy seeing it. And we have done a pretty good job this year compared to some of the years that I've gotten to watch it, mixing it up and throwing it. And we've gotten some really big plays consistently throughout the year over the air. So he's had a great game. The whole team's playing good. I mean, let's not forget about the defense.
Oh yeah.
Putting the goose egg up there, and we'll see if they can keep it up here in the third and fourth quarters.
It's going to be interesting. DCA after those first half jitters going to try to corral themselves. They will get the ball to start the half, so they do have a chance here to get themselves back into at least contention to trying to make it on a few drives. We'll see what happens as we are about ready for kickoff as the ball is being placed and Strawn is ready for the kick. It's time for third quarter action from Faust Field, and it's the mercy rule. It will be in effect this whole second half. That will take a toll on both teams. As here comes the kick from Strawn. It's a high spot or a high end-over-end kick. Field at the 10-yard line. Oh, look at this. All the way to the 36-yard line and stood up there. Number 15, that's James Douglas. Douglas just got hit hard, Liam.
Yeah, that was, it was a great return. Got it out to near the 40, but he paid the price for it. So, he big run there, but he might get up, kind of second guessing that.
The first team defense still in for the Spartans. Going to try to set the tone for the second half, much like it was in the first half. DCA trying to switch that up, obviously. They couldn't get anything going on offense. It's going to be Reddick in the shotgun. Douglas comes across the motion. It's going to be a direct snap this time to the receiver, Chance Jones, and Jones gets about a yard past the line of scrimmage. So Charlie, a little bit of trickery on the first play from DCA.
Yeah, and they only got about 1 yard. It looks like, if that. And at the pace things are going now, with this mercy clock rule in effect, they kind of need to pass it. I mean, no matter what, it's not going to stop the clock, but you can get bigger chunks of yardage that way, most likely.
3 receivers out wide, and they're going to go to the air. It's going to be Reddick. Reddick hurried. Now he's going to roll to his right, looks for a receiver downfield, and he's going to take off on his feet and get past the first down marker. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for DCA. Liam, good recognition by Reddick, not forcing anything and then using his feet to get the first down.
Yeah, a quarterback that can, escape the pocket and make something happen is always nice. It kind of takes the pressure off those wide receivers, and sometimes it lets them get those big plays where the wide receivers can get behind them, and that's what they're looking for right now. It's got to be weird not having the clock stop when you run out of bounds like that. So they got to keep hurrying up to the line right here.
And it looks like they're going to spot him. Just an inch, a hair short. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. 4 receivers out wide, and it's going to be Reddick just taking the quarterback sneak. We'll see where they spot his progression. From our vision, it looks like it's going to be good enough for the first down. So good push by the DCA offensive line. We'll see where they spot it. They're going to give the Wildcats the first down. So DCA getting a first down here, trying to move the football as efficiently as they can. Good stuff right there for the Wildcats, and it was done on the ground by quarterback Josh Reddick. Reddick going to try to rally his troops here and cross the midfield line. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. 2 men out wide. It's Jones and Douglas. 2 men also back, and it's going to be a handoff to the second running back, gaining 2-3 yards on the play to the 49. So Charlie, that reliance on the running game that DCA has so much, really not been that effective tonight, but here so far in the third quarter, a couple quarterback scrambles and 3 or 4 yards, you'll take that every play.
Yeah, you will, and eventually I'm sure as with everything, it'll get figured out. It takes time. You just wonder how long it's going to take.
So 2nd and 8 now for the Wildcats, and it's going to be a handoff with Nathaniel Stewart. And Stewart fights for yards across the 50-yard line, and it looks like they're going to spot it at the 50-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 or 6 from the 50. Liam, you'd hate to punt it right here if you're DCA, especially considering the score at this point. You need to get this first down.
Yeah, I think at this point you can kind of go in, having 4 plays for the first down. That's kind of your mindset here. So we'll see if they try and get it right here, if they just try and set themselves up for maybe an easier 4th down convert. It looks like they're going to take a timeout and talk things over. But, we mentioned him being kind of scrambling in the pocket and stuff. And while that's good, it does, to me at least, what I've seen tonight is he doesn't really look comfortable staying in the pocket. He feels like if he can run and get out that he's, safer. He's not going to get sacked. But I think for them to have any success with this pass game, he's going to need to kind of sit there, keep his cool and find a wide receiver that's open instead of trying to do it all himself. So we'll see if he can make that change. But like I said, I think you have to go 4 downs for the first down. And, every possession has to be a score at this point with so little time left and such a big deficit to overcome.
37 points to be exact in this DCA offense. Desperate for something here. After such success last week, putting up 21 points on the very powerful and undefeated before that game, USJ. It's going to be a play action. Reddick scrambles, and the ball's going to be tipped up and intercepted by Brant Mitchell, his first game as a Spartan. And he's going to take that one to the house. Mitchell, number 43, the sophomore, the phenomenon, Charlie. Everyone looked up to this game for him. Kyle Dixon put some pressure on Reddick, tipped the pass, and what an interception that time by Brant Mitchell, and he'll take it all the way to the house. Touchdown by Brant Mitchell on the defensive side of the football.
And that was a heck of a run. I mean, he's a big kid, but boy, he can fly. And that's about the worst possible thing that could have happened for Reddick and his DCA offense. Just pretty much an instant score. You don't even give your offense time to rest. Yeah. The only good thing is the defense is getting a pretty extended rest at this point, but still, that's about the worst possible thing that could have happened. Borderline disastrous.
44-0 the score now at Faust Field, and the coaches and the players, they're not going to admit it just yet, but you can start to feel the energy here. Possibly a trip to the Bluebonnet Bowl in Cookeville on tap for this Webb team. The drive for DCA ended with an interception by Brant Mitchell. 39 yards on the interception return for a touchdown, and the Robbie Strawn extra point is up and good to make this thing 44-0. So, Liam, you mentioned that Reddick needs to keep his cool, but tough to keep your cool when you got 2 guys that seniors and over 200 pounds, each of them coming right at you with such quick speed. And he made a bad throw there.
Yeah, he did what he could to stay on his feet, and he tried to force something over, off of his back foot, and he made a mistake, honestly, and he should have just kind of thrown it away. But at this point, there's a lot of time left in this game, and it's going to be important for each side to kind of use it as a teaching moment, and try and get the most out of the game that they can at this point. Webb maybe with the younger guys, DCA, just to, I'm not exactly sure, but they can find something. But keep fighting, and he made a mistake there, but he's got to come back out, and he's got to keep playing.
We'll see how this DCA team will respond after the pick 6 from the Webb defense, and you might start to see the second team come in here shortly. You don't want to bang anybody up that is already banged up. You don't want to make it worse. We know that Todd Kelly battling a little, I think he said turf toe. Yeah, but he's still out there battling for the men in green. We'll see how much longer he stays in the football game. And a flag comes in from the back. Before the snap, it's going to be a illegal substitution from DCA. And now that's going to back them up even more to a 1st and 15 now for the Wildcats. So, Charlie, things have gone from bad to worse for this DCA, the DCA offense.
Yeah, they have, and it's not what you want to see, but at this point, right now, they've got pretty much a full house at Maryland High, and they're just gonna run it up the middle,
trying to gain some yards, fight through that hole that the offensive line created. Was Nathaniel Stewart. He's going to get about to the 20-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and about 10, 9 or 10 here for DCA. DCA, you got to give them credit. They brought a pep bus, and the band was here, and very enthused, but the football team wasn't exactly where the energy in the crowd was tonight. That energy was on the other sideline with the Spartans. They came out firing, and they still have not taken their foot off the accelerator, as it's now 3rd and 5 opportunity for the DCA Wildcats. They trail 44-0. But, Lynn, you can't, if you're DCA this season, not a failure at all. Upsetting USJ at USJ in Jackson, unheard of this season. They were 10-0 in the regular season, undefeated in the tournament for that game. DCA just came out, played harder. Nathaniel Stewart on the carry. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a 4th down opportunity. But this DCA team has been playing great all season. They mustered up an 8-2 record, 4-2 in the division. Only losses to FRA and Webb. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to sting tonight, and it's going to hurt, maybe for a couple days after this. But when you look back, when the players are going to look back and they kind of settle down, it was definitely a very successful season. And for them, everyone counted them out against USJ. They came out, they pulled that off. That was, a miraculous win on their part. And so I definitely agree that this was not a failed season at all. And that, even though it might hurt tonight that they didn't get the win and they're going to have to, go home and their season might be over, they're going to be able to look back and say that, they had a heck of a run. And, I think their players and their coaches are plenty proud of all the work that they put in this year.
Absolutely. Even as a Webb fan, I think we were all excited up here. Don't want to speak too early, but it looks like the Spartans will be headed back to Cookeville. They didn't go last year because of about this time last year when they lost to USJ at home. Mm-hmm. You do feel bad for these seniors. Not many on this team, so this will be a veteran group next year coming back. We'll see how the Wildcats do next season, but for those seniors, you do feel for them. Just came out tonight a little bit flat, didn't play to their best ability, and in the end, it hurt them very, very much. The Webb second team in now, and future Spartans, Brian Berrubi's brother, little Berrubi, number 27. That's Alexander Berrubi, carries off tackle and gains a bunch of yards there. Liam, he is just as powerful as his brother.
Yeah, I've mentioned the teaching opportunities, and it's one thing to get the second string in doing a regular season game, things like that, but to get them in a tournament atmosphere where, every play matters is really special. And, to get some of these young guys in for such a good amount of time in this game and be able to get them that experience, that's a big deal. And that was a really impressive run right there by Alexander Berrubi. He pushing guys over. He's he'll be a future weapon of the Spartans.
Quarterback Edenfield under center. Mathian going to come into motion. It's going to be play action. Edenfield going to try to roll out, and he is going to be sacked in the backfield by a host of Wildcats, but met first by number 80, Jaron Warden. So it's going to be second and about 18 here for the men in green. We want to remind you folks here in about a minute and 50 seconds, the Shrimpdock Stumper going to make its weekly appearance at Faust Field. And I haven't opened it. Still classified information up here in the press box. We cannot wait to bring that to you at the end of this quarter, which now has 1 minute 30 seconds to go, and then Field goes under center and hands it off to Mathian. Mathian looks for some blocks up ahead, uses that elusive speed to get by a few guys. Charlie, he just used a couple side steps.
Yeah.
Managed to break some tackles and get close to the line of scrimmage.
We saw what Mathian did in the game at Divison in Nashville. I mean, he had 2 long touchdowns, and he really showed off what he can do, and he's got some incredible speed. And he'll be a nice addition to this backfield come this year and next year.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Spartans from the 48-yard line. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Edenfield hands it off, and it's going to be again to Berube. Alexander tries to fight after initial contact, gains 2 yards, but not much after that first hit to the 45-yard line, where he'll set up a 4th and 5 opportunity. Some scores of interest. CAK extends its lead over Alcoa in the third quarter, 22-8. Innsworth with a lead over MBA, 7-0 in the first quarter. St. George's with a lead over ECS, 7-0. 3:15 to go in the first quarter in that game. And Fulton with a lead over tie with Livingston Academy, 7-7 in the first quarter. Webb gonna have to punt it, and Grayson comes back on. Maybe his last time on Faust Field as a Spartan. He'll deliver the punt, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. So DCA will have it at the beginning of the fourth. Another quick score update. It is Marable over Dobbins-Bennett in the second quarter as they approach halftime. 20-6. It's time for the Shrimpdock Stumper as we've reached the end of the third quarter. The Spartans with the lead, 44-0. Here's your question for the Shrimpdock Stumper. How many team state championships have the Webb Spartans played for in football in this century? Again, the question, how many team state championships have the Webb Spartans played for in football in this century? Text your name and answer to 865-414-0606. Again, 865-414-0606. That's going to do it for myself and Charlie Graham and Liam Calloway. We've enjoyed bringing this third quarter to you. Webb adds a few more points. It's 44-0. We'll be back for postgame. And then at this point, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And Frank Romano, Luke Trotter, and we'll see who who the third analyst is when we come back for fourth quarter coverage. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
And we're back, Spartan fans, here early in the fourth quarter. 44-0. Spartans lead this one. The Wildcats take over on their own 10. Back to pass. Across the middle pass is deflected. That was Brent Mitchell on the coverage, along with Akshay Harsh. I'm sorry, Jordan Flickinger. You know, guys, it's been a long game for those Wildcats tonight. Yeah, Frank, it really has. They came out here coming off a big win against USJ, and they thought they'd really give the Spartans a tough time, but it just wasn't so tonight. Back to pass again, just trying to make something happen. He runs. He's going to evade the pocket and try and get the first down, and they're going to spot him very close. I think he's got it, though. So, you know, on that one, guys, Webb sent a few extra guys, and the quick legs by the quarterback on that one. Once he was able to get out of the pocket and run it for a first down.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good read by the Wildcats quarterback. He read the defense and got his team a first down right there.
So Reddick gets the snap, drops back to pass, just looking down the field. Got number 8. That's Alec Pratt across the middle. Taken down at about the 33 by Brock Beeler. I'm sorry, that was actually Alexander Berube. So, you know, guys, Wildcats have had a long night, as we just mentioned, but good play right here. They've had a few good plays down the field, and the quarterback, Will Reddick, has made a couple good passes like that one. Yeah, Frank, he really has. He's been one of the key players for the Wildcats tonight. He does a lot of good things for them. He's done a lot of good things this season. He was their main player in the last matchup against Webb, and there he goes again with another big throw. As Luke Trotter said, another big throw across the middle. Takes them down inside Webb territory all the way down to the 43.
It's really good to see DCA Wildcats right here. They're really not giving up hope, even though they are down by such a large deficit into the fourth quarter. They're still playing their hardest, and I think that's what really counts in this game right now.
Yeah, I mean, Ben, I agree with you. Definitely, some teams will just give up, but not the Wildcats. They're going to play it till the end. They're going to keep playing hard. There's a lot to be said for a team that can play like that. So now 1st and 10, Reddick under center. Hands the ball off up the middle for a gain of a few, and then he's brought down by number 66, Andrew Craig. I believe that was number 18 on the run, Jordan Holiday. Breaking the huddle, Reddick up again. 2nd and 6. Ball now on the 39. Wildcats driving. Man in motion. Reddick to snap. He's going to drop back to throw again. Throws a deep ball to an open Chance Jones, and they're going to rule it incomplete, guys. He's out of bounds, but a great route and a great throw by the quarterback. Just a little too wide right as he caught the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely. That was a really close play. A little bit questionable, maybe, but it did look as though he was out of bounds. But you know, the Wildcats, they've really been passing very well. Will Reddick has shown some very good passing techniques, and I think like you usually don't really see so many high school teams passing the ball very effectively, but on this drive right here, the Wildcats have really shown their passing abilities.
Yeah, I really thought Chance Jones even might have dragged that foot in right there. He's quality receiver out there for the Wildcats. Fakes the pitch. Reddick going to go across the middle again. That's number 8, Alec Pratt, brought down by a few Spartan defenders. You know, Frank, that's his 2nd or 3rd catch right over the middle on this drive. The Spartans really having trouble guarding that slant route. And although this is second string, if the first string can learn from this and be ready for that in the state championship game, they could easily be seeing that route if their future opponent gets a hold of that film. You know, Ben, a lot of good things have happened here for the Spartan defense. They have been getting burned a little bit on this last drive, but aside from this drive, their defense has really been stellar. And right there on the handoff of the middle, the Spartans just pile on. Ben, what have you thought of the defense so far?
Well, throughout the first 3 quarters, I thought the starting defense, they played a great game, shutout so far. But I think the second string defense, they're playing very well right now as well. I mean, I think it's really great to see that the Webb put in the second string and get the younger guys a little bit of time. And I think they're doing well for a playoff game right now.
Yeah, Ben, I mean, a lot of times you won't see people put their second string in for a playoff game, especially one of this magnitude. But Webb definitely willing to do that. Quarterback under center takes a snap, and DCA tries to run that slant route again. And I think that was to number 35, Aaron Krieger. And slant route's really been working for them, but it didn't work out on that drive, or that play. Now the Wildcats will be faced with a 3rd and 9. Long drive down the middle of the field, taking us down to 5 minutes left in the game. Wildcats just trying to make something of it. Get some points up on the board before they hit that finish. Reddick in the center is going to fake the middle run and puts it out to number 21. That's the thing. The score, he gets around the end. He's going to be shy of that first down, guys.
I think that's really good execution by the Spartan defense right there. I mean, this is their first go out on the field right now, and they've kept the DCA offense to a field goal, but it looks like they're going for it here. But that's a great testament to the Webb defense right there.
Like I said, DCA is going to go for it. Reddick is going to roll out to pass. Almost gets caught in the backfield, but he finds an open number 36. That's Malik Smith, and he takes it down to about the 9-yard line, where there's also a flag on the play. James Moon almost had the quarterback in the backfield in that one, guys. But Reddick, a good quarterback, as he, like Luke said, has been all season long, was able to get that one out. Yeah, and getting to Malik Smith, the 5'6" freshman. He's definitely one of DCA's up-and-coming players. He's doing some really good stuff out here for them, and impressive play from a freshman. I can't tell. I think DCA still has mainly their starting offense out there, and I think he may be getting significant playing time for a freshman. You really don't see that on Webb's roster very much. So a timeout has been taken, and I believe they're negotiating what the penalty was. Just an update on the Shrimpdock Stumper. We do have a winner, and that is Josh Mosley, former Webb DB. You have won, and the correct answer was 4 state championships in this century. The question again for you fans who may have missed it was, how many team state championships have the Spartans played for in football in this century? And once again, the correct answer was 4 state championships by Josh Mosley. The 4 include a loss in 2005 to ECS, a win against ECS in 2006, 17-14, a win against USJ, 30-0 in 2009, and a win against St. George's in 2010, 42-7. In Webb's history, they have played for 7 state championships and have won the championship in the 1981 season, 96 season, 2006 season, 2009, and 2010. So congratulations to Josh Mosley. We're back. Reddick's going to fake the handoff. 4th down is going to be replayed, and he just gets drugged down on the play by number 75. That's Cole Sams. Good attempt right there by the Wildcats, but even better defense on the play, Ben, for the Spartans.
Yeah, that was a good defense. Spartan offensive line being able to break through the Spartan defensive line being able to break through the DCA offensive line and drop Will Reddick for a loss of yards right there.
So now the Spartans will take over as the clock ticks down under 3 minutes, 44-0. Webb still leads, and I think this should be the last possession of the game if the Spartans can get a couple first downs. Edenfield under center. Hands it off up the middle to Hayden Kaufman, but he is stuffed at the line. Nowhere to go. Brought down, that was number 80 on the play, Jaron Warden. So guys, nothing doing there for their freshman, Hayden Kaufman, although we have seen these freshmen make an impact earlier in the season as they've come in quite a bit in these big blowout games. Yeah, the freshmen have definitely played well, considering they are freshmen. A lot of up-and-coming players for the Spartans. You got Alexander Berube, Hayden Kaufman, Cooper Edenfield, and you could see some of them even getting a lot of playing time just next year as sophomores. So Mason Statt, another freshman, around the end for a gain of about 4. But he's drugged down on the play by number 82, Michael Cabreu. And we're now down to about a minute and a half left in the game. Edenfield getting a call from head coach David Meskey. As the Spartans know by now, they have won this game and will be headed to Cookeville for the state championship. Something they have worked hard for all season long. 3rd and 10 for the Spartans Edenfield's going to hand it off around the end. Again, that's Mason Staton, but he's brought down short of the line, short of the first down after a gain of about 3. So guys, as the clock ticks down in a minute, just a nice couple of runs by the Spartans. Probably going to punt this one away, and after a play or so by the Wildcats, that'll be the end of it.
Yeah, I really think this Webb second-string teams, they're playing really well right now. I mean, they're going up against some juniors and seniors. Most of these guys playing right now, freshmen and sophomores. So really, they're doing fine for what they've got out on the field right now.
They're actually going to go for this one, the Spartans will, and on a 4th and 5, we'll see what they can do with it. As the clock ticks down under 20 seconds, they'll just take a knee, and I believe that's going to be the game. You see the Spartans, all the players getting excited on the sidelines as they know they've now made the win to get themselves to Cookeville, as we just said, and they will play for another state championship, making it 5 in this century. And that's a wrap, folks. The Spartans win 44-0 against the DCA Wildcats. We'll be right back. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the Wild Network.
If you want to pass and run like the Spartans, then pass up the fast food and run into the Shrimpdock, serving lunch daily from 11 to 3. With stores in Bearden and Farragut, you get your choice of the fish, oyster, or the famous shrimp po' boys. Also, grab some scallops, crab legs, lobster, oysters, shrimp, and the only fresh fish in K-Town to take home for dinner. So stay warm in the winter with Captain Paul's chowders and bisques, stay healthy and lower cholesterol with fresh fish, and enjoy at the Shrimpdock.
So welcome back, Spartan fans. The Webb School Spartans are on their way to Cookeville to play in the Blue Bonnet Bowl. Missed it last year, lost the state semifinals. The work has been done to get back to Cookeville. They win 44-0 here against DCA. Frank, Webb came out early, 27 points in the first quarter, and then they never stepped off the accelerator, just really giving it to DCA all 4 quarters.
Yeah, you know, something we saw in the last game against DCA for the Spartans is they're up 21-0, I believe, at the end of the first quarter. And just something the Spartans have really exemplified all season. They're a great team. They come out and they really put it to the team in the first quarter and put this game away. And they did a great job tonight, offensively and defensively, as they pitched another shutout as well. So good job by the Spartans.
You know, Charlie, we mentioned it in the game in our broadcast about the third quarter. DCA had a little bit of a hangover from last week, causing the upset, 21-20. last week against USJ. Huge upset for them, and they just couldn't ever get it going like they did last week.
Well, I think you said it right there. They had a hangover. They were so pumped up and excited about upsetting USJ, one of the best teams definitely in the division, maybe in the state, and they kind of really got shut down tonight, and they didn't play their best football.
An unexpected twist in the playoffs, that's what you get every once in a while. But the Spartans stay the course, and they will head to Cookeville this season. And from game one, Frank, we saw the intensity. Even though they lost the opening game to Alcoa 14-7, they didn't ever look back after that game, winning the remainder of their games, and now they head to Cookeville to either play ECS or St. George's. St. George's they beat back in 2010 to win the state title. So it's going to be interesting how this thing pans out.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm excited to see who wins that game right there. You just talked about, Andrew, and it'll be a good game in Cookeville here in a week or so. And I think the Spartans will be ready, though. I think this is really one of the better teams we've had in the past few years, and they exemplified it tonight. They've exemplified it all season long. And I think they're ready to win the state championship.
You know, Charlie, this team has, from the very beginning, their motto of the season was taking back what's ours. So far this season, they've done just that, winning every divisional game, and they are on their way to Cookeville. And at this point, we're going to kick it over to the Spartan Spirit scoreboard with Graham Rogers, as he'll have the recap of today's game. Graham?
Hi, Graham Rogers here with the Spartan Spirit scoreboard. This is the game recap. The scoring got started off in the first quarter when Jack Grayson connected with Todd Kelly on a 44-yard touchdown pass. Continuing that passing, Grayson connected with Aaron Blantz on a 25-yard throw. That drive was 2 plays and 31 yards. Then the running game kicked off, and Todd Kelly had a 30-yard run, another 2-play drive. That one went for 38 yards overall. Then, after a long punt return, Aaron Blantz punched it in from the 4-yard line for a 1-play, 4-yard score. The second quarter scoring was a 22-yard catch by Liam Willoughby from quarterback Jack Grayson. That was a 5-play, 54-yard drive. Still in the second quarter, a 6-play, 50-yard drive that ended in a 38-yard field goal by Robbie Strawn. Then, in the third quarter, a big defensive score off of a deflection. The linebacker Brant Mitchell picked up the ball and ran it in for a 39-yard interception return for touchdown. In games from around the area, CAK is beating Alcoa 22-14 in the fourth quarter. Ensworth is beating MBA 14-7 in the second quarter. St. George's and Evangelical Christian, which is who Webb will play, is tied 7-7 in the second quarter. And Fulton is beating Livingston Academy 14-13 in the second quarter. Maryville is up 27-13 on Dobbins Bennett in the third quarter, I believe that is. And now we're going to kick it down to interviews from Kinsey and Mary Kate in just a moment. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mary Kate Haggerty, and I'm here with Brant Mitchell, who had 2 tackles, 1 interception for a touchdown, and this is just his first game of the season. So, Brant, this was your first game that you were eligible to play here at Webb due to a transfer and whatnot. So how does it feel to have such a spectacular game on such an important night and it just be your first one?
It feels amazing. I just want to give God all the credit because, I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to play at all. So, I mean, it feels amazing. I love playing with these guys.
That's great. So what do you feel that you've learned tonight that'll prep you for, I guess, in 2 weeks when you guys head off to Cookeville?
We have to remain mentally tough. It's kind of tiring for me since I haven't had the game in shape, the shape of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, I mean, I was sucking some bad air, so, I mean, I'm going to have to work harder on my mental toughness on that one. So.
Well, you played fabulously, so we can't wait to see you in 2 weeks.
All right, I'm Kenzie Whalen, and I'm here with Jack Grayson. Now, Jack, this is your last time on Faust Field, your last game, as a senior, and you had 3 touchdown passes. So, first of all, how does it feel coming into this season, having to follow Parker Wormsley?
Parker was an excellent quarterback. He could do it all. He could throw, he could run, and so I knew I had to step up after Parker.
And now leading your team into state. Well, how can you talk a little bit about how that feels?
Oh, it's unbelievable. This is everyone's dream, is playing the state championship, and just to get here as a team. And it's a team effort. It's going to be a team win in the state championship game.
Now, how are you going to pump your team up for next week and just keep this momentum going?
Everyone's going crazy. I don't think that'll be a challenge at all. Everyone's going to be laying in bed wide awake at night, streaming about winning that state championship.
Now, Jack, you made a pretty big promise today in chapel about buying everyone Waffle House after the game if we won, and so.
You get free Waffle House. Anyone.
Making good on that promise.
Oh, always. Yeah. Of course, anyone that shows up, get a free meal.
All right. Awesome. Congratulations, Jack. Back to you, Andrew.
So welcome back, Spartan fans. Jack, you have at least 3 customers here. On that promise, we will be at the Waffle House to celebrate this victory with the team. 44-0 victory for the men in green. They are off to Cookeville right after Thanksgiving break. And, Frank, it was just like we mentioned, start to finish. And Brant on the defensive end, one of your classmates, sophomores, his first game as a Spartan, getting into the end zone, not on the offensive side, but on the defensive side on a pick 6. Good stuff from him.
Yeah, like you said, Andrew, first game of the season for Brant Mitchell. Talked to him earlier today. He was so excited for this game. He's been counting down the days to play in this one, and I think he exemplified great defense, great offensive attribute to the team as well. And with that pick 6, it really showed how great of a player he truly is.
And the whole defensive unit tonight pitching a shutout. Great stuff on the defensive side. Charlie on the offensive side. Quarterback Jack Grayson gets the WOW Offensive Player of the Game, and he is definitely deserving. Opened up on 2 drives with 2 passes, complete for 2 touchdowns, and 2 for 4 on the night with 2 touchdowns and an interception. That's pretty good numbers for the senior quarterback, especially going into the state championship game.
Yeah, absolutely, and you have to think this will affect his confidence going in to game 2 weeks from now in Cookeville against the winner of St. George's and ECS, and we've said it all night long. I'm sure it's going to be a big crowd at Waffle House tonight, and it's going to be a good night. And I'm sure they're all pumped about this. And Jack's definitely deserving of this honor.
So that will do it from Faust Field tonight. Jack Grayson, the WOW Offensive Player of the Game, and Brant Mitchell, the Duo Fast Nalem Defensive Player of the Game. 2 deserving players for those 2 awards. The Spartans will win. They are off to Cookeville to play for a state championship, the 2nd in 3 years. And the 3rd in 4, the Spartans need a win, or need a win to complete that journey of a state title in 2 weeks at the Blue Bonnet Bowl. And you know what, folks? Quick score update: CAK and Alcoa. Alcoa punches it into the end zone, ties that game 22-22. 9:50 to go in the 4th quarter. As I mentioned, the next game will be the state title game in Cookeville in the TSSAA Division II-A State Championship game at Tennessee Tech in Cookeville, as the Spartans will be going on to play either ECS or St. George's in a possible rematch from 2 years ago. This will be the 5th state championship under head coach David Meskey in the 4th in 7 years. That's pretty amazing stuff from the Webb Spartans. And the WOW Network, unfortunately, will not be able to bring you coverage of that game due to some TSSAA rules, but the TSSAA Network will have the coverage in 2 Thursdays at www.TSSAA.network.com, and you'll also be able to access that link on the WOW website. So Webb wins tonight in a big way, 44-0 over Donelson Christian Academy. For all of our tech crew, all of our broadcasters, Charlie Graham, Frank Romano, I'm Andrew Robinson. And until next time, dream of Spartan victory. Good night.
In the class or on the field, all the lessons taught have more ourselves revealed. Through trust in you and trust in us, we've grown and planted seeds, each one a child.